bum 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 bum. Uh-huh. 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 Oh, Major Nelson, we salute you.
That's the one.
Good old MJNLSON. MJR. How do you say major? Nobody knows.
MAJ? Madge?
Madge? No, oops. You know how, like, lieutenant is however you say lieutenant?
Lieutenant? Yep.
No. I meant for, like, shortening it down.
Oh. Woo!
Yo, Woo, what's going on? Welcome in. He's back. He was watching me beat up everybody yesterday. I guess it wasn't last night. Yesterday day. Yep. I played a little bit off stream, just sort of getting what do you call it? Businesses and everything going. Buying businesses, making deals with businesses as Majima. Oh, I never went and changed his outfit though. Damn it, I forgot. Make sure to unlock the legend style for me. Oh yeah. I'm gonna do at least one more stream of Think of Yakuza 0. Just wrapping up any sub-stories and anything like that. I don't think I'm going to get every achievement in the game, because I was looking and that seems ridiculous. Because you have to, like, do literally everything. Like, get every item, complete every minigame, every sub-story, do every different heat move, etc., etc. That just seems, like, crazy. So, I don't think I'll be doing that. And then it'll be Kiwame. You can wear the 24-hour Cinderella fit. Really? Oh, okay. I like that idea. Yeah, I'm excited to play Kiwame and just see what Majima is all up about. Should be good. Classic Majima.
Majima!
Yeah, Goro.
Majima-chan.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I had some dentistry done.
Oh, wow. Also the Mad Dog of Shimano. Yes. He's definitely... So you can wear his, like, leather jacket or snakeskin jacket. No shirt.
I could do that.
And his new haircut.
If I was older. I mean, younger.
You could still do it.
I'd have to lift some weights. I'd have to get shredded.
Nah, that's never stopped anybody before. You can also wear Kiryu's. Oh yeah. I'm dressed as Kiryu. I'm dressed as the producer. So I got my sweater tied around my neck and my pastel colors and everything. Pretty nice.
Holy. Goro Majima. Temporary tattoos, full size. Full size back and shoulder and arm tattoo.
Good lord.
Holy crap. It's only $30.
That'd require a lot of, like, wet paper towel.
Oh, yeah.
It's crazy.
No one's actually made a jacket specifically.
It's the Hanya tattoo. Exactly. That's always what I'm thinking about when I'm playing the Japanese game. Like, what are we missing? Because we don't know the cultural references. Like, Well, I'll tell you when someone told me a little thing in the chat when I was playing, and I would have never known, and I would assume you would have never known either.
I definitely wouldn't have, especially if it comes with anything to do with tattoos.
Yeah, but it's like Japanese folklore too.
Yes.
So it's like it might be a cultural thing that that. Like when we would see like something and be like, oh, that's a reference to Snow White. We just know that because we've heard it a million times. Maybe this is something that's similar like that in Yakuza 0.
I better make sure we're not recording off the right thing. Now we're recording off the right thing. God.
Jeez Louise.
So I had to re-noise cancel the entire fucking podcast last time because it wasn't recording off the right source.
Oh, damn. That sucks.
Yes. I was like, oh my God. Please.
That sucks. That's okay, though.
Yes.
These things happen.
They do.
Doesn't matter what it was recorded like. Comparing it to the first episode, sounds great. Don't worry.
Mwah.
Don't worry. I can't believe we use those lapel mics. I have bad news for you. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Lay it on me. I'm sitting down already. Wearing my Big Trouble in Little China t-shirt.
Big Trouble in Little China.
Haven't seen that in a while.
That's
you can't play as Majima in Kiwami 1? Oh, I know. That's okay.
That's just disappointing news. I don't know if it's bad. It's just kind of... It's a little disappointing.
Yakuza is the story of Kiryu, generally. Yes. Not Majima.
No.
So,
but hold on. Surprised. But wait, there's more.
But hold on. You can play as Majima in Yakuza 5 when you play as 5 different characters.
Jesus. But wait, there's more. Mikey someplace is gonna chat in the chat.
Do it. But wait, there's more. You can play a little as Majima and Kiwami too. Oh, interesting. But that's a different character, basically, compared to Yakuza 0. Because he hasn't gone crazy.
Yes.
But is he crazy, or is he just pretending to be crazy?
Yeah, I don't know. That's a good question.
Yes, I downloaded Kiwami last night after the stream.
After the Streamvoid podcast?
No, after my stream.
Oh.
Played it on stream. Beat it up. Had a bunch of people watching. Pretty good. Oops. Excuse me. I'm excited to see which characters carry over. I mean, I can tell which ones I think are going to be in there. Excuse me. I got the whole series downloaded. Nice. They're on Game Pass, so I could just download them whenever. But also, like, if I wanted to, like, if they left Game Pass, like, they go on sale fairly often. Like right now, Yakuza 0 or Kiwami, I can't remember which one, is on sale on Xbox for $9.
Nice.
So it's like, I can afford that if worse comes to worse. Though what's it called? Judgment and Lost Judgment and like a Dragon Ishin, they're still like basically regular price. So that sucks. And once I finished Yakuza 0, I went and watched the This Is How You Don't Play Dark Side Phil of Yakuza 0. He's so bad at those games, it's crazy. Judgment is free on PS Plus. Ooh, interesting. I didn't know that.
I really dislike the inbuilt editor for Google Pages.
Oh yeah. I would prefer to play it on Xbox. PlayStation is like my exclusives console. Like for games I can't play on Xbox, I play on PlayStation. So Returnal, Ratchet and Clank. What else did I play on there? Final Fantasy VII Remake. Heavy Rain.
Heavy Rain.
But those are on PC too. I don't know. Anyways.
It's all on PC now, dog.
Not everything. Most things.
Bradley Maker liked my photo? What? Hello? Silent, please? There we go. It did it. It's on silent.
Nice.
And then somebody will call and it'll go right through and I'll be like, what the hell?
Yep.
What are you doing?
How did it
No
do it? How did it do it?
Right?
How does it do it?
It's probably because it's the wife and she gets through on silent.
Oh, I see. Special exception.
Special exception.
I'll allow it.
Burping it.
But there we go. I did one too.
Hello.
Felt pretty nice. Oh. Let's see here.
Where's Nacho? What's Nacho doing?
She's moving boxes at work.
I haven't seen Nacho in a while.
She's working. It's Sunday. She always works.
Yes, that's true.
She has a 60-hour work week or something this coming week.
Jesus.
Yeah. So. And last week it was crazy because it was Prime
Day, yeah.
Prime Day or whatever. So she was loving life, you know?
Yeah.
As one does.
As one do. I was going to get my papa a Fire Stick.
Oh, did you?
I forgot.
Way to go, nub.
Let's see how much Fire Sticks are now. Ah, they're back up to regular price.
Oh. My science teacher invested on this. Did you go to Valley View?
Yep.
It's Mr. Hunter.
Oh, Mr. Hunter.
Yeah.
What did he do?
He invested in the Propolis thing.
Oh, nice.
It doesn't say...
Well, the Fire Stick that I would get for him is only $50 anyway, so
Not too bad.
not too bad. The one I got was $80.
I was looking at them, but I was like, why would I buy one of these? I just use my Xbox.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense for you.
Yeah.
I
guess I could sell one of my Xboxes and then use one of those instead.
The software on my TV is just
Oh, yeah.
garbage, so I needed something because just playing like Disney Plus, it would just stutter all the time.
Oh, really? That's crazy.
And so I got the 4K streaming Dolby Atmos one. Hello!
Holy.
Since I got a Dolby Atmos sound bar.
Sounds pretty good.
Super good. Mobile notification 12 minutes late.
That's okay.
Mosh.
Welcome in, Mosh.
I didn't even bother setting you up a chair. I totally forgot you were supposed to be coming today.
Yeah.
Because I've been super busy.
Well, I would have said something if I hadn't got the news last night. So.
Kiwami. Baby. Kiwami, baby. How's it going, Mosh? I hear things aren't big red X on the door. Damn.
Oh, damn. Scarlet letter there.
Yeah. Are you so far immune?
Mark for the plague. Oh, no.
I'll get a plague card out there to you. Start ringing the bell. Bring out your dead. Bring out your dead. Can I put gifts in the chat? No, I can't.
I don't think so.
I don't think so as well.
Mild headache and stuffy nose. So
Oh, no. Well, this is the perfect opportunity. The perfect opportunity for you to go to www.gamehub.ca and fill out a survey.
Isn't it
thegamehub.ca.
Yeah,
that's
even
right.
I know the URL, and you don't even say it right. Jeez Louise.
Well, we tried to be Game Hub.
And that was taken? I can't believe
No, it wasn't complicated enough. It wasn't original enough.
No?
Yeah. And then we had to get permission from the Olympics to put game in our name.
Really?
Isn't that ridiculous?
They own the rights to the word game?
Yes.
So
if you have any kind of sporting thing company with the game in its name, the Olympics has to give you the pass, the go ahead. And until esports are in the Olympics, we're good.
Crazy.
Yeah, they any business that has game in the name, you can't and it's a business to do with sports, you can't do it. Olympics need to give you the pass.
They're quite the racket.
Or Canada Games needs to give you the pass. I don't know.
That's crazy.
It's very crazy. Can you guys hear the fans? Or is the noise cancellation doing its job? Because it is hot-blooded.
Hot-blooded. Something's creaking, though. Is it the door?
Yeah, the door, because of the way how far out the fan is, the door is slowly creaking itself closed.
See if my shoes stop it.
And the wife's not here today. She's out fishing, so
delicious
we're just gonna
sea bass
leave
time.
the door open.
Where's she fishing at?
I don't know.
Oh, okay. That's cool. You're just going to use a normal sick day tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, my work never really had anything going on.
Yeah. Are you guys federally regulated or just provincially regulated?
As a Pepsi delivery man?
Yeah.
Neither.
Well, then you would have to be provincially regulated then.
I mean, isn't everything regulated if you put it that way?
Yeah, but provincial regulations versus...
I don't think there's federal delivery on the Pepsi drivers. I wouldn't think.
Provincially, yeah. So if you're federally regulated, you get double the amount of sick days.
Nice.
And you get more stat holidays too if you're federally regulated.
Yeah, fake holidays.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A chicken sandwich from Arby's is playing Stardew Valley.
Is that a person?
Yeah, I don't know who the hell it is. I probably would, because I put things in for all my friends, so I know who they are when they change their goddamn names.
Oh, yeah. Is there pizza at Tim Hortons now? Apparently. Imagine how disgusting that is.
Pizza at Tim Hortons?
Yeah. I saw a video of someone showing it off on TikTok or something. It's like, fuck, that looks like it was like cooked in a microwave, dude.
Ugh.
Probably was. When I did my IRL stream the other day, I went on the North Shore murder tour a little bit.
Yeah?
And I went to where... Do you remember Sherry... what was her name? Sherry McLaughlin?
Oh, yeah.
Where she was kidnapped from?
Mm-hmm.
I went to her little... There's a little stand on the ground where she was kidnapped from. And I went there, and then do you remember when those two kids were hit on Tranquille?
Yep.
I went to that spot, too.
Yeah, that one's still very prominent.
It's actually really small.
Did they small it up?
It's the little memorial is like this big.
Oh.
And there's a few things tied to the fence, but nothing like it used to be.
Yeah.
Sherry's one was bigger, and there was like more stuff to it, and I tidied it up a little bit. Like the little flower jars had fallen over and stuff. So I tied that up.
So,
I was gonna say I was gonna go to the bridge too, where they threw the guy off his bike off and killed him on the bridge. But do you remember that one?
No.
Buddy worked at Denny's and he was like riding his bike home. He either worked on the North Shore Denny's and lived downtown, or vice versa.
Mm-hmm.
And he was riding home, and some guys jumped him, beat him up, robbed him, threw his bike over the bridge,
Jesus,
and just left him to die on the bridge.
Wow.
Yeah, but it was so windy, I didn't want to go on the bridge. So it probably never would have heard me.
Yeah. What the hell was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Me neither.
I talked about the guys that got hit on Tronquil.
Oh, right. I was gonna say, if you go up to Tronquil Lake, at the first bit of the lake, there's a little camping spot. But if you go down the spillway, because it's all dammed up, you go down the spillway section, there's all these memorials down there. Just these crazy, like, Blair Witch style, like, just sticks stacked with trinkets of what they liked, that people liked.
Nice.
And it's just like the wind just blows through there. It's like, I don't know what the deal is, but it's pretty cool.
Crazy.
There's a lot of little memorials down there. I was like, we were standing at the top looking down, like, what the hell is that?
Are they memorials or are they like some Wiccan thing?
There's some, I don't know if there's some Wiccan thing or not.
Yeah.
But yeah, we were standing out there, like, we saw flashing in the trees. We're like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
That looks creepy as fuck.
Yeah.
So we went down there and like, what the?
Yeah.
It was kind of creepy, but it was also kind of cool.
I just saw the other day that like last month, 2 guys died on Red Lake, I think.
Oh.
They were fishing from the Lower Mainland and they found their boat wreckage.
Oh.
And I was like, what happened to their boat? And then they found their bodies in the water.
Huh.
So pretty fucked up.
We went up, was that last week? Did we do that last week? No, it was the week I got yelled at. I never said this, but when we, that last week, the week before last, we went out to Tronquil Lake. Not Tronquil, Countless Lake. And we went along the Dewdrop Trail, which is, it's a 4x4 trail.
Yeah.
But there's this little outcropping of rock. Well, not like a little, but a huge outcropping of rock that you can just drive right up to and then walk down. And there's a couple memorials up there. But they're like cemented in. Like iron crosses cemented in. I was like, holy crap.
I remember up at Battle Bluff, there's the big cairn built there. And there was like I don't know what it was. It looked like a geocache, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, what this? And I grabbed it and I opened it up. And the little paper like blew away. I had to like chase it down, and I grabbed it and I started reading it, and it was someone's ashes from their dog that they left in the box and like hid in the cairn. It's like, that's so weird.
Is it?
Wouldn't you spread them? Why would you leave them in a box?
Yeah,
for anyone to open.
Spread them.
So weird.
Isn't that what you do with ashes? Is you spread them? I guess
you keep them in your house. You don't leave them out in the world. If you leave them out in the world, you spread them.
Yeah, or you bury them deep.
Yeah, you don't leave them so people can find and think it's a geocache.
And you crack it up, and you're like,
yeah, I mean, they were in a bag or whatever, but it was just like, I'm reading the note, like, what the fuck?
Thanks for finding my dog's ashes.
Exactly. It's very weird. Anyways. Definite weird thing to find.
Yes. Definitely weird. Yeah. Tim Hortons pizza. Gross.
I almost want to try it.
Why is Tim Hortons just trying to stick their fingers into fucking every food ever?
Because of sinking profits. I had a Tim Hortons gift card. I wonder if I still
just
do.
Breakfast all day, farmer sausage wrap, and that's all you need. Those things are the absolutely most delicious thing ever.
I don't think I have it with me. I'm sick of White Spot too. I always get White Spot gift cards from work. Last time I went there, I had a $50 gift card. I had my breakfast. It was like whatever came out to be $15 or whatever. And I'm eating it, and I'm like, ugh, this is it's fine, but I'm just so sick of White Spot.
We need a triple O's on this side of the river.
So I just was like, can I tip you out of this gift card? Oh, I was like, I don't know what's on here. Whatever. So she checked it. I'm like, can I tip you out of the gift card? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, just take it all. And she's like, what, really? And I was like, yeah, just take it all. So she got like a $40 tip.
You're like, I'm sick of eating here.
Yeah, I just was like, I don't even want to have this gift card to me tempted to come back.
That's
The burgers are slightly less played out for me, I guess.
yeah.
So it could be fine for going for dinner or something like that. But at the moment, I was so grossed out. I just was like, fucking take this away.
Just get it out of here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, should we start the show?
Check test 1 2 sibilance.
Sibilance.
As long as you're recording.
I am recording now.
I'll say then yes, it's okay.
Then I will say hello, everyone. Welcome to the Streamvoid podcast, episode 138. 6, not 86. I don't know why I said.
What did you say? 186?
I said 138.
Oh, 138.
Did I say 186?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I was
it's
getting
136.
ready to say wow, so I wasn't really paying attention.
I was looking at SoundForge and be like, oh, what am I supposed to say here?
Oh, damn it, they screwed you up.
I know. I am Mikey T,
Yes.
the one who screws everything up. And of course, across from me is Kurbstomped.
I screw things up as well.
You can find us everywhere under our respected monikers.
Yes, sir.
And you are listening to the Streamvoid podcast. This is a show about life and video games and everything in between.
Yes, sir.
And speaking of everything in between, well, I guess it's more just life, but how was your week?
How was my week? It was fine. I worked as usual at the warehouse, except it kept... What I like to do is like go to the store on Wednesday, so then I can get anything that needs to be done, and then, you know, I can get my orders out and they come in a timely fashion, blah, 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 blah. But this week, every day, it was like, oh, can you please come to the warehouse tomorrow? Can you please come to the warehouse tomorrow? So every day I was at the warehouse until Friday. And then I was at the store, which was fine, except, well, and it was good because I was alone in the office. So
Yeah,
that's always a
good.
beautiful thing. That's the only day the office is empty, basically, is Friday. So, But I was at the warehouse just doing the usual. It was hot as fuck, and I'm working in the containers and all that shit. And then it's like kind of muggy a little bit. So it was, I like it, but it's also kind of like,
Yeah.
by the end of the day, it's like, ugh, a little tired or
A little
whatever.
bit tired, a little bit swassy.
Yeah, it's definite shower time after that for sure, which feels really good. But
Yeah.
and it was good. I was listening to audiobook all week, basically. Do you consider that reading?
If you're not moving your eyes left and right, then no.
Okay. Well, I'm using my eyes as I'm listening. It's not like I'm walking around eyes closed, you know? I'm doing things. I listened to Stephen King's The Outsider, which I thought was going to be, the way it sort of read on the description, it sounded like it was going to be just a mystery book, like a murder whodunit sort of thing. But if Stephen King, of course, can't resist to be like, no, there's like a weird thing, like a monster or something that's in there as well. So it's like, oh, okay, this is not exactly what I expected it to be. It was fine and interesting and everything like that. I enjoyed it. But as I was reading it, I've noticed this for a while now, like Stephen King's dialogue is not realistic. Like
No.
the way people talk. And I mean, he's old now. He's like 80 or something. But some of the things that are written in the books as a contemporary thing, I'm like, what? No. Like there was one scene where the young girl, she's like in school, whatever, she's 14 or 15, and her friend starts crying. And she's like, oh, here, let me. And she's like, here's my handkerchief. And I was like, what?
When's it supposed to take place?
Like 5 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. So like 2015 or something like
Yeah.
that. And I was like, there's no 15-year-old girl that has a handkerchief unless she's working on a farm or something like that. So I just was like, no fucking way. And then like, I mean, you know, he's an old timer, so it's not like they'll be like, oh, we're, you know, let's use the iPad. And it's not like, oh, let's get in a Zoom call or whatever, you know?
Yeah.
It's always like, we'll Skype or whatever. It's like, I don't think that happens very much anymore, you know?
You'd be surprised.
Oh, yeah?
Dealing with some of the other companies at work.
Okay, but I mean, like, as a younger person.
Yes, definitely not.
It'd be like not on friggin' Skype.
Yeah, so we'll aside here.
Yes, yeah.
We use Microsoft Teams at work.
Oh, yeah.
The primary contractor another primary contractor we work for uses Teams as well. And Teams is, of course, a Microsoft product.
Yes.
Skype, also a Microsoft product. Skype and Teams don't interact together.
Of course not.
Properly.
They're two different teams.
They're two different teams.
Yeah.
And with the primary contractor, half of their guys are on Skype and half of their guys are on Teams.
Perfect.
So if I want to talk to anybody on Skype, I have to call them or email them.
Fun.
Because if they're not online, then
they'll never
or
see
set
it.
to away, the messages don't go through.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
so stupid.
Yeah. That's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic non-standardized, you must use this workflow, you know?
Yes.
So, anyways, and yeah, like I was saying, the way that people talk to each other, I think about like when, you know, me and you were talking or anybody talking, and it'll be like, people always have their little like, I guess you don't want to write it in a book because it would be less like, why am I reading a guy say 3 times in a row? Or like going but that's the way people talk.
It literally is the way people talk.
So when you see that in a book where there's no like, oh, what do I mean to say? It's just, it doesn't read realistic.
No, it doesn't. It throws you right out. You're like,
So I still enjoy Stephen King books, but yeah, over the years I've just been like, man, the dialogue is just not realistic at all. So
unfortunate.
I mean, whatever, it is what it is.
I mean, he could be
I've read
like,
worse, so
he could just be like, hey, you're gonna be okay, no cap, you know?
No.
You got to get that Zoomer talk in there.
No. That would be even worse if he was trying to do that sort of thing.
Because he wouldn't be able to do it properly.
The other thing, too, is like these young people say things and be like, no young person would ever use that slang or know that reference or whatever.
Yeah.
But his references are all from like 1950. So
they're all 1950 hippies references.
They'll be like, oh, you look like there's reference they all recognize when he talks about the Little Rascals. Oh, he looks like Alfalfa from the Little Rascals. It's like, fine, I know Alfalfa from the Little Rascals, but like, no one born in the last 20 years is going to know what the fuck that means.
No, but maybe the people born in the last 20 years aren't his target audience for this particular novel.
I mean, I guess so, but I think he has a pretty wide
audience.
Range of ages that read his books.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
So, anyways, then the ending of this book also reminded me a lot of another book of his called Desperation. Just the sort of area that the climax took place in. I was like, wow, this is just like Desperation. So it was enjoyable though. Anyways, kind of like, how did this story come to be and what was how it happened and blah, blah, blah. I don't want to spoil it anyways, blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah. Yeah.
See, he never says blah, blah, blah in the book. No person says blah, blah, blah.
You say blah, blah, blah all the time.
Blah, blah, blah.
Blah. Yeah.
That's like Seinfeld when they were yada, yada. I just say
yada,
blah, blah,
yada,
blah.
yada. Yeah.
You yada yada the best part. Other than that, at work, nothing. It's been pretty laid back. Not much going on. Spending a lot of money.
Yes.
Gonna order a bunch of hardware from China.
Nice.
Spend $100,000 on it, so that'll be pretty good.
Beauty.
Yeah. What about you?
Work was work. I didn't get yelled at, which was great.
Oh, nice.
So,
do you want me to yell at you?
No, that's okay.
Okay.
We are experimenting with a new fleet tracking software because we have a lot of inspections that need to happen, and sometimes those dates get missed.
Oh yeah.
We have a truck that's been sitting in a yard for like 3 weeks out of town, and someone went to go use it, and they're like, "Oh, the commercial vehicle inspection is out, so no one can actually drive it."
So do you guys have to use the whole like travel journal thing?
Yes. So anything pre-2000 needs a travel journal. Anything post-2000 needs a electronic logging device.
Oh,
and
so
that's
it's automatic?
Yeah. So that's coming into play next month on the 1st.
But how do they tell who's driving?
It's just down to the logbook.
But I mean, in the automatic tracking one.
Oh,
how would they know that you drove
to,
versus someone else?
You probably have to sign in.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of our trucks aren't permanently assigned to a driver.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's because like, what, you can only drive for how many hours you can only drive for what, 8 hours, and then you have to have 12 hours off or something like that?
I think you can only drive for 12 hours and then have 8 hours
Okay.
off.
Yeah, okay. I had it backwards.
Yes.
But yeah, how would they know that you're not? I'll just sign in as so-and-so.
Joe Blow.
I mean, I guess you could just do that in a logbook too.
Yeah, you totally could.
Anyways.
Yeah, that's, we're experimenting with a new fleet tracking software, which is actually turning out to be really handy so far. I've been compiling the database. I love compiling databases.
I've noticed, dude. I've noticed.
I'm a big database compiler.
I noticed.
A new system? Hell yeah, give it to me.
Yeah.
Then make everyone else in the company use it.
Yep.
So yeah,
But sorry, I'll just.
Yep.
Just how to use it properly and like get it, get everyone up to it, which is good. It's when people that don't know how to. They're trying to use it and they only know minimal things about it.
Yeah.
And then they're trying to get other people to use it. Much like at my work, where I have the woman who's in charge of the program, the number one like person in between the company and us. I'll ask her stuff and be like, why don't we use this feature? Oh, never tried it. It's like, oh, well, fucking okay.
Yeah. So, and it's funny. As soon as I signed up to this software, 5 minutes later, a salesperson calls me.
About getting you to sign up or about
the software. They're like, oh,
hey, any questions? What's going on?
For sure. I was like 5 minutes. I got a call from
Buddy, let me look at
Alabama.
it for a second.
And I was like, who the hell's calling me from Alabama?
Yeah.
And then the office phone rings. And I'm like, same number from Alabama. What the hell?
Yeah.
And then I look at my email and I'm like, oh, Alabama. It's this guy.
Oh,
it's this guy
interesting.
trying to get me in a call.
Nice.
I'm like, I emailed him back. I was like, hey, just give us a week and then we'll set up a call.
Like give me more than 5 minutes, dude.
Let me explore the
You've
software.
already
on
got
my
our
own.
money, dude.
Literally do, because your software is great.
Yeah.
And
But you had to like sign up and pay something, right?
no, it's a free 2-week trial.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, compiling that database. I already compiled a database of every truck or all of the heavy trucks in the fleet and all the repair costs that these trucks are costing us. And
So is it like track historic prices? Like, oh, we spent like 30 grand on this
Yeah.
vehicle in the past. Maybe it's time to just fucking shit can it and get a new one.
exactly.
Oh,
That's
crazy.
essentially what I'm doing.
Nice.
What I did, I spreadsheeted it all out. Every truck, every year, every repair bill.
Nice.
That took a while.
Yeah, I bet.
And so now the software is going to come in and I have to transport all of that into that.
Yeah.
Transpose all of that information in the new software.
Sure.
But yeah, it'll send reminders when you need boom inspections, when you need commercial vehicle
Nice.
inspections, when you need anything.
Nice.
So that's gonna be good.
Cool.
Yeah, that was essentially my work week. Had a
Fun.
root canal in the middle of it.
Oh, fun.
Yeah,
How did that go?
you never get used to the smell of burning teeth.
Yeah, but you don't smell it as much anymore nowadays.
No.
Like back in the day when it's spit and rinse time, it's a little different.
Yeah.
Now it's like you got your fucking mouth prophylactic in and they have one tooth exposed and they got the suction right in there. And
Yeah, it was my front left canine
Yep.
needed to get done, so it's like right underneath my nostril. So like
that's a little
it just
different.
went all up there. I'm like, oh my god, that smells so bad.
Yeah.
Take care of your teeth, kids.
You know what though? It's crazy. Like, yeah, that is part of it, but like it's also genetics, man.
Oh yeah,
Like some people's teeth are just invincible.
yeah, for sure.
Like my teeth are pretty good for that. Like I've had a few cavities over the years, but like my half sisters, they have just atrocious teeth. They're just like disintegrating basically, and it's not because of lack of care.
Yeah,
it's just the
genetics.
way it is basically. So, anyways,
yeah, that was fun. I mean, with the way that the freezing works, it comes on so fast, it just numbs you up so hard, and then it departs in like 2 hours. It's crazy.
So they did it all in one go.
One go.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I had to go 2 times for mine. So they had to go clean it out. I had a molar, not a canine.
Yeah.
But they had to go and remove all the root pulp and all that shit.
Yep.
Seal it up. Then I had to go back and then they had to, put in the post and everything like that later. So, yeah. Well, not a post. It's like one that threads into the hole, I guess, or something like that.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, with the way things are now, it's so like the topical, like 5 minutes, you're just completely frozen.
Yeah.
She's like, all right, you might feel a little pinch when she applies the actual freezing on the inside. And I'm like, I don't feel anything.
Yeah.
And then, just grind it all out, suck it all up,
And
a
then
couple
slap
x-rays,
a fakey
done.
one in there?
And slap just a cap. Not a cap, but a filling.
Yeah.
Did
they put a crown on it or anything?
My insurance doesn't cover crowns.
You got to get a crown.
Yeah, I need a lot of crowns in my mouth right now.
You got to get the one because it'll just break.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways.
But that costs big bucks, and I'm spending big bucks as we speak.
Oh, right.
I take possession of the house on the 27th.
Oh, wow.
I've already had an electrician
So
in.
you
There's
can move in?
Yeah. Oh, so I can move in, yeah. We'll just move everything out, move it all back in.
Yeah, exactly.
Just to have, have the feeling of moving.
So you're going to have to carry your wife over the threshold, you know?
Yeah,
So
that's true.
Yeah.
There's currently a 70 amp panel in here, and by code you need a 100 amp panel.
Yeah.
So I had an electrician in here to see how much it's going to cost to upgrade the panel.
Oh, yeah?
Because I'm going to go 200 amps.
Oh, wow.
Future-proof myself.
Wow.
In case I want to put a hot tub or whatever outside.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's crazy.
Hot tub streams.
I don't know if we'll ever move out of this place because I hate moving, and I've.
Well, like I said last time, this is not a starter home.
No, it's not.
It's like the next step
It's
beyond
the next step.
first starter home. So
Though, when the one across the street sold for $425
yeah,
or $420,
and how long ago was that?
not too long ago.
Only $420?
Yeah,
That seems cheap, dude.
yeah, it's a small house.
I know,
It's an actual starter home over there.
but like even on my house is worth more than that.
Yes.
It can't. That house has to be at least as big as my house.
I don't
Maybe
think it's
there's
got
no
a
basement.
basement.
Oh, okay.
Or a full basement anyway. I'm not
Anyways.
entirely sure.
Okay.
None of the pictures on the MLS listing had any basement. It was
Yeah.
just all upstairs. And I think there's 4 people living in there.
Yikes.
The family that moved in there is a family of 4.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I can't remember what I was talking
Well,
about.
you were
The
talking
panel.
about the panel and then
Yeah,
this house.
yeah.
across
That
the
was
street.
actually listed as the starter house.
Mm-hmm.
Got to upgrade the panel here,
Mm-hmm.
and it's going to cost. He said somewhere around $8,000.
Sucks, but it is what it is.
It is what it is. I have the money saved
Get a
up.
second
for that.
guy to come in and look at it.
No, these guys come highly recommended to me from my electrician friends. So
Okay.
we're gonna go ahead and use them. That's Funk Electric.
Okay.
They're he came in, did his thing. It was
Nice.
like this. This has got to get upgraded. This has got to get upgraded. And I was like, how about this, and this? And he's like, oh yeah, we can do that. But that involves going up in the attic, and
Oh yeah, little asbestos.
there
Possibly.
might be a little asbestos.
Yeah.
I got to get in there, get a mask on,
Yeah.
dig in under, because it's all blown in insulation up there. So
Yeah.
I got to dig around and see if there's still vermiculite in the bottom.
Yeah.
And if there's vermiculite in the bottom, I got to go and get it tested,
Yeah.
because can't be cutting into that if that's vermiculite. Because I
Just
need
let it rain down on you.
I need a bathroom fan. There's no fan in the bathroom,
Oh yeah.
and that's it sucks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you always have to have the window open when you're showering or bathing or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. And then, that was my work week.
And that's the 27th. That's
That's
an
the
odd day to
27th.
take possession.
I don't know. That's just the day. I think it's because we had extended it a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I was having problems getting the financing.
Mm-hmm.
But now it's come to pass.
Nice.
And the 27th, that's in 11 days.
And then right after that, you'll get an e-transfer of the money you're owed.
Yes,
Nice.
pretty much.
Use that money to pay for the electrical upgrade.
That's the idea here. But as I talked about on the podcast before, a couple, maybe 3 months in a row, there's a secret project that I've been working on.
Really?
Yes.
Tell me about it.
Well, it's now time to reveal the secret project.
No.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Some of you out there already know, but of course, I'm going to say that the Kamloops board game and card game scene is kind of iffy. The store's kind of iffy around here.
Well, isn't it store now?
It's store
Yeah.
for a traditional board game store.
Because there was another one, but it closed.
It closed.
just recently.
Yep. Haven Games, they unfortunately closed.
What do you
And
mean? It's fortunate now.
It's fortunate in the way that we know why they closed, and it's not to do with the lack of desire or want for this kind of store. So we're opening up a board game store, a card game store, a gaming store in general.
Wow.
It's going to be your one-stop shop for all things gaming eventually.
Eventually.
We're going to have it. It is called the Game Hub. It is the hub for all things gaming.
I see. Makes sense.
Yes. And right now we're in the midst of doing our market research push.
Yes.
And if you're listening to this, you might have gotten one of our flyers in your mailbox little pixel art flyer. Want to game? It's right on there on the desk. If you're watching this live, and you can win a $100 Amazon gift card if you fill out the survey.
If 9 Arsons wins this survey gift card, I'm gonna be real upset.
He doesn't live in Kamloops. He can't.
Okay, is that part of the terms and conditions?
That's part of the terms and conditions. Is you
Okay.
need to live in Kamloops in order to claim the prize.
Fair enough.
So we went out up by Burt Edwards School of Trades and Technology. I don't know what it is called up there. It's
A primary school?
It's a technical school. It's weird. It's a primary school, but it's also like a technical school. So that's one of our target areas we've identified through using. There's a tool on Canada Post that allows you to search the entire place via, like, if there's kids at home, what the average income is, and it'll give you a list of places that you can
That's
go.
from Canada Post?
That's from Canada Post.
Weird.
It's so you can do marketing campaigns through Canada Post.
But you just stole their
We're just using the data because it's
data.
yeah. We got 5,000 flyers printed out on Vistaprint via Vistaprint.
Nice.
It was pretty cheap to do so, and it's a nice cardstock glossy flyer. It looks super good. I like how it feels. Yeah, it looks nice. And so we've identified a few areas to go out, and yesterday was our first go round of handing these things out, and we were up at the course of the school. There were 460 homes that we delivered to.
Damn.
And it was 13 kilometers of walking. Took us 4 hours to do.
Okay.
And now there's many other areas we need to hit.
Yeah, no kidding.
There's up in Bachelor we want to do up there, and there's 1,000 homes up there. That's going to take a while. And we found out there's with the Canada Post thing, you'd find out how many homes are actually on the North Shore, and there's 13,000.
13,000, eh?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Which is a little bit more than when we were first looking, so they must have updated it at some point. Because, there's 13,000, so we can hit just under or just over a third of the homes
crazy
that are around here. And so that's what we do. We got a couple areas we targeted, and that's probably what I'm going to do later on today is go hit one of them areas.
Oh, my God. A lot of foot walking.
Yeah, I put down 20 kilometers yesterday.
Nice.
In total, because we're painting the fence out back too.
Decent.
And I went down to, there was decks on the beach, some ravers down on the beach at Pioneer Park last night.
Oh, yeah.
Or yesterday. So I went down there to hand out a couple flyers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was invited down as well. And Haven Games closed. It's crazy.
So why did they close?
Somebody bought the building and booted them out.
I see. Hate when that happens.
Yeah. So that...
So they were like, we're not even going to move. We're just going to shut up shop.
From what we can tell from their Facebook page is that they're permanently closing.
Crazy.
Not going to move shop.
Crazy. I
mean, there's a whole lot of stuff that was going on there that I won't get into on the podcast.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe, for bonus stuff.
Okay.
But not for the regular people. Cause,
Nubs.
Yeah, a lot of stuff going on in the background that definitely assisted them in closing.
Ooh, the juicy gossip.
The juicy goss.
You have to spill the tea.
So we're hoping to get this place going on the North Shore.
Nice.
Be the first of its kind on the North Shore, because there's nothing over here for that kind of thing. There's no.
Not in a while. That's for sure.
The only entertainment kids style is what is it called now?
Well, Fun Factor.
Fun Factor, yeah.
Yeah, it's still there.
Yeah, Fun Factor is there, but there's no shops or anything like that
There's
carry.
no shops, period.
No
over
shops,
here.
period.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
So
Unless you want to buy groceries, basically.
Yeah. We want to buy groceries or vaping products.
I guess there's Canadian Tire too. But,
yes.
I mean, who goes to Canadian Tire?
I do all the time. I was there today.
Oh, wow.
I was there before you showed up because I had to get some flap discs because I'm repainting my fence and I want to sand them down ever so slightly.
I see.
Yes.
Well, that's exciting. I'm jealous. It's exciting.
I have no idea what our timeline's going to be. I think the end of the marketing campaign is going to be August the 31st.
Okay.
And that's, hopefully we can get them out by then. Because there's a lot of flyers to hand out. And it's just us. It's just us doing it.
Yeah. 20 kilometers yesterday.
Yeah.
Eh? Not
Super
too
exciting.
shabby.
Super exciting. We've got so many plans, so many good ideas coming through that it's just going to be the place to go. Our goal is to be the place to go in BC.
And your competition left in town is too dirty.
Well, there's All Aboard Games, and then there's also High Octane.
Yeah.
And those are mainly the two competition.
High Octane is not really a game shop, though, is it?
No, it is.
It's more of a comic book shop, isn't it?
It's a comic book shop, but it's also a game shop. They're the biggest retailer of Warhammer in Kamloops.
Oh, yeah.
And they're really the only retailer now.
Is that Warhammer place that was over by Subway still there? That was like half Warhammer, half flower shop or something like that?
What?
Yeah, there was a wargaming place over there.
Huh.
I can't remember what it's called or if it's even there anymore. Yeah,
We'll
it was inside, like, it was inside another business. Yeah, I can't remember.
Crazy. We'll have to look into it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff because we got to find all the competition because we're trying to get our
burn them down.
Our business plan together so we can get a loan.
Yes.
Because we're gonna need a loan.
Gonna need a couple
denarios. Yeah, super excited. Hopefully, we're gonna be able to get this up and running this year.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we'll be the best place in Kamloops, the biggest place in the interior. We're gonna be the one-stop shop and the destination. The people will come from all around to be at this store and participate in our events.
Wow,
that's the goal.
That's the goal, eh?
That's the goal.
Sweet.
Yes. Other than that,
I like it.
I played Crab Champions.
What the fuck is Crab Champions? I saw you streaming it last night on Discord, and I was like, I'm not even gonna go look at this.
Crab Champions is a roguelike third-person shooter where you're a crab and you shoot other crabs and slugs.
Okay.
And flying skulls for some reason, which doesn't really, it's kind of weird.
Yeah.
But it's all like super happy tropical music.
Okay.
Bouncing around
like
on
Crab
islands, just blasting other crabs with your shotguns, and then upgrading as far as you can go.
Did you pay money for this?
Yes.
Oh wow.
Yes, because it's a roguelike shooter, and I'm all about roguelike shooters.
And
yeah, that's pretty much all I played, other than idle clicker games
and Game Club,
of course,
for later. Yakuza
yes.
Zero.
Yakuza 0.
That sounds. How did you even find that game?
I was watching a YouTuber play it. Dangerously funny.
Oh my god! Why don't you marry those guys?
I mean, he is Canadian and he's from around here somewhere. He's BC boy.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, it sounds like something you'd enjoy.
Yes, it definitely is enjoyable.
I didn't play anything else that I can think of except getting some achievements in Ark, but I cheated them.
You cheated them?
Yeah, because like for whatever reason they allow you to use command. You can use the command line in Ark on Xbox.
What?
So yeah, you just hit right bumper, left bumper, X and Y, and it brings up the command line. And it'll be like, one of the achievements is like, get to max level. It's just like, oh, give myself 1,000,000 experience points. I'm max level. I did it. I'm just trying to do it to get my points on Game Pass.
Yeah, of course.
It's like every day, if you unlock one achievement in a Game Pass game, you get whatever amount of points.
Yeah. I saw you fire it up and I was like,
yeah, that game is fucking terrible, dude. I tried to play it. That's the only reason I'm doing it is because I tried it and I got an achievement.
Yeah.
So I had like one achievement out of 30. And I was like, I don't want to play this game. And I was like, oh, I can cheat the achievements. Perfect. So I tamed a Tyrannosaurus Rex and I rode it around. But it's like, you just use a command line, force tame. Oh, it's mine. I own it now.
Well, there you go.
So I did that. And then I don't think I played anything else really. No, I don't think so.
No, there you go. That's strange, actually.
Huh?
That's strange.
Well, I mean, I guess I did play Minecraft on stream. The Trampacraft Season 5 started up again. So I was like on there doing some stuff, messing about. And then a lot of the working in those containers, by the end of the day, I'm like, nope, I'm too tired to do anything else. I have no energy to do any like talking to people, so I'm not going to stream. So I would just like watch YouTube videos of like people disappearing and stuff like that. The YouTube algorithm, dude, all of a sudden it'll be like, hey, watch this video about like missing hikers. And I'll watch one and it'll be like, here's another one. Do you want to watch that? And I'll be like, yeah, I do want to watch that. So I was doing that, and then I played Yakuza 0, and I was gonna play Days Gone yesterday night after that, because yesterday was our mutual friend Bobby's birthday.
Oh.
And he had no birthday plan, so I was gonna play Days Gone for him, but I was so fucking tired. I was just like, I can't do it. I apologize. So, other than that, I don't. Yeah, just nothing really.
So I'll say, I got the 4K Fire Stick, right?
Oh yeah, right.
And so you can just hook a Xbox controller up to it and do Amazon Luna.
Oh, crazy.
So I did that to try it out.
How did that go?
It was awful.
It was awful.
The input latency was so bad.
Really?
On every game I tried.
That's
that
crazy.
I was like, oh no, it's literally unplayable. Because when I was playing it here after last week's podcast, it was fine. But maybe that's because I'm hardwired.
Yeah, I know.
But I
don't think so, because the only bad thing that happens when you're wireless, at least for me via the Xbox, is that it's like the video is like a 240p video, but the latency for controls is fine. It just looks like absolute trash, and that's only sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you think it's just a delay between how long it takes the Fire Stick to display on your TV?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I switched it to gaming mode. No difference.
You should
just
slap
awful.
it into like a monitor that
gaming
has
monitor.
USB,
Yeah.
on it, and just see if it's the TV. I would be shocked. I wouldn't be shocked if it's the TV, because that TV is always doing weird ass shit all the time.
Yeah, but playing Yakuza, fine. Off the PC, fine. Anything like that.
Yeah, but that's not cloud based. Oh
No.
yeah, I guess so. Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, maybe that's what I'll do. I'll try it I'll try Luna on the PC.
Yeah.
To the TV and see what happens, and then Luna on the Fire Stick, which was of course god awful.
I would have to think it's I don't know, who knows. But yeah, when I do cloud gaming on Xbox, it's just looks like I'm watching like a real player video from like 2000.
An MP2?
Yeah, basically. And the controls fine. It controls at a perfect rate, but it's just like, wow, I can barely see what's happening. So, and that's only sometimes. Though recently, like when I play Ark, I don't have it downloaded. I play it through cloud gaming.
Of course.
And I'll start it up and it'll be like, well, you're going to have to wait. There's a lot of people playing right now. And I was just like, what? When did this happen? Open up another server, you bitch. I'm paying for Game Pass Ultimate here. So, yeah. And that was it for gaming. I did watch something, though.
Oh, what'd you watch?
I watched Squid Game.
Nice.
I watched the first episode of Squid Game.
Yeah?
At first, I had it on an English dub.
Yep.
But I also have subtitles on because just my TV sucks.
Yeah.
Whatever. And the English dub didn't match the subtitles. Like, they would say things and I'd be like, that's not what it says on my screen. So I was reading along and then they'd say something different. And I was like, I can't do it this way.
Yeah,
Either turn off the subtitles or change it to Korean.
Yeah, or you'd have to put it in closed captioning.
Yeah, maybe. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll put it in Korean. And I was like, oh, it's way different in Korean. Because first of all, in the first scene, basically see in the game, is Buddy's at home with his mom.
Mm-hmm.
And she's like, hey, don't forget it's so-and-so's birthday. Like, buy her fried chicken. She likes fried chicken. And he's like, Mom, I'm not going to forget. Like, I know it's her birthday. I'm going to take her out for a nice meal. And she's like, okay. And she gives him like 1,000 won or whatever.
Yeah.
You know? And then I'm like, I have to change it to Korean. And I changed it to Korean, and instantly it's gone from him going like, hey, I know, Mom. He's like, I know! Like, just yelling in Korean at them. And I was like, whoa, it's way different in Korean. Like, it's like so, like, he's like mellow in English, but then it's like very authoritative yelling in Korean.
Yes.
And I was like, whoa, it's a big difference in the way it like sounds, you know?
Yeah, well, it's also a cultural thing.
No, I know. But it was just like, whoa, that's crazy. But yeah, I watched the first episode and I'm not going to watch anymore.
No?
No. I mean, I knew it was like they're going to get killed and all that stuff. But I just was like, I don't know. I'm sure if I watched it like at the time with everybody else, I probably would have been like, oh, okay, cool. But now it's just like, It was fine. It was fine. It was like, well, like the special effects were good and
Yeah.
the acting was good and the directing was good and blah, 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 blah. But I just was like, as they're getting shot and everything, I just was like, I don't care. I'm not going to care if anyone else lives or dies in this show. So.
You haven't gotten into the end game yet. That's where it gets unhinged.
I guess I never will.
I guess not.
I very doubt I'm going to watch anymore.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yeah.
I just was like, whatever.
Yeah. There you go.
And then I watched the movie Smile.
Yeah. Oh?
Yep.
I don't know what that is.
It's a horror movie. It's called Smile.
I guess I should have guessed.
It stars a Nepo baby. I don't know how to say her first name, but she's Kevin Bacon's daughter.
Oh, okay.
And Kira Sedgwick. Sosie Bacon or something like that.
Sosie?
It's Sosie, I think is her name.
Huh.
I don't know how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But it's about she's a psychiatrist and she dealing with like people that are mentally unwell.
Mm-hmm.
And a young girl comes in and she's like, having an episode and saying how like no one believes her. There's an evil entity coming to get her and it like pretends to be other people and they're always smiling at me all the time. But it's not a warm and loving smile. It's like an evil smile. And then the girl like kills herself in front of her, but she has like this crazy smile on her face while she's doing it.
Yeah.
And then she sees people smiling at her afterwards. It's kind of like she got a disease, basically. It's like an STD.
Yeah.
And it follows you around or whatever. It was interesting. I liked it. It was enjoyable. I would recommend it.
Yeah.
It was good. It wasn't the weirdest horror movie I've ever seen, but it had some good scares in it and everything that weren't really jump scares.
Yeah.
They were a bit, but it's hard to jump scare me on my TV at home because it's not nearly loud enough.
Yeah.
But I could tell in the theater, I was like, oh yeah, that would have been a jump scare for sure.
Yeah. And it also doesn't have all its working pixels.
Well, there's just like 99.9% of them are working fine, It's just a one green line down the middle of the TV.
Yeah.
It's no big deal. Did I talk about when I watched Men?
No.
I watched Men like a few weeks ago. It's about a woman whose husband dies, and she goes to the countryside to like rest and recuperate after he dies.
Yep.
It's very weird. That one's super weird and disturbing near the end. I liked it, but I was like, what the fuck? Some disturbing imagery in that one where you're like, what the fuck? I would recommend it though. But that reminded me, like, as I was watching the Smile movie, I was reminded of a conversation one-sided conversation because I was on stream. I was talking and I was reading the chat. But
that's a conversation. It's two-sided.
Yeah, it was about Nepo babies. And I think it's the One Piece live action show is coming. I think that's what it was talking about. And we were talking about, I was talking to the Tank about it, one of our friends, and I was like, oh yeah, that's coming. Are you going to watch that? And he's like, yeah, I'm going to watch the whole thing, and I'm sure I'm going to hate it the whole time. I'm going to watch it, right?
Yeah.
And then I don't know if it is One Piece or if it's something else, but he's like, oh yeah, like so-and-so is going to be in this movie. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. That's cool. I don't know who that is. And he's like, oh, that's Sonny Chiba's grandson. And I don't know if you're familiar with Sonny Chiba.
I've heard the name.
Famous martial artist from Japan who was in like Street Fighter, Son of Street Fighter. He was in Kill Bill. He played what's his name? Made the swords for her.
Oh, yeah.
That's him, Sonny Chiba. And he's like, yeah, his grandson's in it. And I was like, okay, like who cares? Who's his grandson? And we got into a discussion about Nepo babies, about like, maybe they could be the greatest actor in the world, but they still have a leg up on a regular person.
Oh yeah, for sure.
And it wasn't really an argument, but it was kind of like he was like, why are you acting like this about these people? Like, you sound like you're crazy, man. And I was like, well, I'm not real. I don't think so. I just was arguing that, like, sure, maybe these little Nepo babies are good actors. Like, that could be true. And maybe they didn't actually use their name to get a job. I mean, with, for example, Sosie Bacon. She didn't change her last name or pretend not to be Kevin Bacon's daughter. Obviously, your name's Sosie Bacon.
Yes.
But, like, even if they did do something like that, the difference between, like, a regular you or me trying to become an actor and a famous person is, like, I have to go to work
Mm-hmm.
and then go to a audition. And if I don't get a job as an actor, I have to go to work. Whereas like if I'm a famous person's son, it's like I just go and I act.
Yep.
I do acting lessons. I don't have to have a job. If acting doesn't work out for me, I'm not going to end up on the street. So I can just commit full time to it.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, it's just a different thing for regular people.
Yeah. For
So
sure.
I kind of, whenever it's like, oh, this person's a famous person's kid, I'm always just like, I'm not too into it, you know? Like,
Yeah.
whatever. But the only one that may be a little different for me would be maybe if they were like, and that's the other thing too, is like, if I'm Kevin Bacon and I was like, call my producer friends and be like, hey, my daughter is trying out for this role. Keep an eye out for her. Put a good word in. And, you know, you could get a job doing acting.
Yeah.
It's sort of like when I see like a famous athlete's child is going into the sport and they make it, I feel that's a little different because you can't like, you can be a bad actor and still work.
Yep.
Like Clint Eastwood's son in the first movie I saw him in, atrocious, terrible. He was the worst part of the movie, terrible actor, but he's Clint Eastwood's son.
Yeah.
So whatever. But whereas like if like Vladimir Guerrero's son, he has to be good at baseball to play baseball.
Yes.
And he is good. He's great. He just won the home run derby. But like, it's a little different with that sort of thing where you can't just be like, hey, you should put my son on your team. Be like, are you crazy? No,
No.
he can't play.
Yeah, we got to win pennants here.
So I don't know. It's the same thing with like singing and stuff too. I don't know. Like, it's like, why do we care about Jaden Smith singing or like Willow Smith singing?
We don't.
Well, people do though.
Yeah.
And it's
But
like,
I think with singing, it's a little bit different because you have the full power of the social media platform.
well, that and they can just auto tune you too. You don't actually have to have.
Oh yeah,
talent.
for sure. I mean, everyone's auto-tuned these days, so whatever.
What?
There's always slight auto-tuning that makes it so you can do it in one take. You don't have to faff about, you know?
I mean, there's been like that's been going on forever.
Oh, yeah.
Like even before autotune, like if you go back and listen to like the Kiss live albums, they're all cobbled together of different cuts of the tracks they performed live to get the best parts of each song. You know,
Yeah,
they recorded them live, but we'll play the audio track of the crowd from this concert because that sounds better than this concert and slice them all together and everything like that. Anyways, whenever I hear someone's like their parents are famous, I'm just like, oh. I kind of lose a little bit of, I don't know if respect's the right word, but
I thought about acting after
really?
high school.
Oh.
Yeah, but the amount of work that I would have need to have done, I would have had to move to a big city, gone to all this stuff,
Work
all this
12 hours a day.
12
and
hours
then
a day.
Go do acting for,
Yeah.
try to get a job.
When
and
I
blah,
was
blah,
that
blah.
age, not into it. Not into that amount of work.
No.
It's a lot different now.
Well,
That amount for me, that amount of work is nothing now.
it's a little different too when you've got like something you're building on your own rather than,
Yeah, for sure.
like, you know, maybe like, yeah, like at work for me, it's like, okay, I work hard at work, but it's like, do I give 110%? Absolutely not. Are you kidding me? I'm not going to say the bare minimum, but I do like what's required.
Yes.
But I have no like skin in the game with it.
Mm-hmm.
So like, why the fuck would I go above and beyond
Yeah.
to like improve the business that I have no part of? Like, are you kidding me? If it was something that I was part of though, it'd be like, oh yeah, I can work 12 hours today. That's fine. Whereas now to be like, I'm not working 12 hours. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, with the size of the business that you work for,
Yeah.
the amount of work that you put in does not affect the bottom line of the
Oh, well,
business.
no. I mean,
it doesn't. It's like if you put in more work, it's not going to help the business
No, not
in
really.
any
I mean,
sense, really.
I'm pretty much, I mean, not to say like whatever, but like everything that's pretty much sold in the store comes through me. So
Yeah.
I do have a big part of the bottom line,
Yeah.
but it's not like, it's not like I would be improving anything that if I worked more, would it improve it that much more? Maybe, but I'm not going to.
I mean, yeah, it might, but it'd be like
But like, why would I put
Points
that
of a
effort
percent,
into that
right?
when I could do nothing at home, which is what I do now.
Yeah.
So.
The company you work for is pretty large, and it's a cross BC essentially.
Yeah.
So yeah, you're just maintaining one store.
Well, I mean, I buy for every store.
You buy for every store, but yeah.
Anyways, it's whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know. Tangent time, I guess.
Yeah, I always put in. I don't know how much effort I put in. I couldn't quantify it with a percentile, but I'm always putting in new systems that the company adopts wide.
Yeah, like that's the thing too. Is like I could spend all this effort to get things changed at work.
Yeah,
but like, why the fuck would I? Like, there's no like upside for me to do it.
Yeah,
like maybe it would make things for me to do a little bit easier, but then I'd have to deal with everybody else and getting it going and blah blah blah. Like that's when I first started dealing with the woman in the office, I was like, well, why do we do it like this? Couldn't we set it up like this way? She's like, oh yeah, we could get them to do that, but like if we want them to do that, we're gonna have to, work with them and get them to do that. And she's like, if you want to deal with them and work with them to do that, you can. And I was like, no, I don't want to do that.
I don't feel like that's a good idea.
I mean, it would probably improve things.
Yeah.
But like, if it's kind of like meh. Well,
Yeah.
okay, if you're telling me meh, like, why am I going to be like, oh yeah, okay, sure, sounds good.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, even then, some of the things where I've been like, we should change it this way. At first, she poo-pooed them, like when we first started dealing with her. And I asked her again about it recently, and she's like, oh yeah, we could do that. Like, when I do ordering, we have it set up so we have certain things we only want at certain times of year. So there's things I want in spring, things I want year-round, things I want in fall, right? Mm-hmm. And we use codes to determine them, right? So everyday item that I order all the time, code 5. If I want a winter item, that's code 6. But if I want a spring item, that's code 7.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, our fucking ordering system is so damn archaic that you can only do things in one way. So like in a normal, like even when you're printing something, right? Mm-hmm. And you say, I want to print page 1 and 5 and 7. And it's like, there you go, print it. In this program, the only way you can do it is I want to print page 5 to 6. So like if I want to do an order and get things for spring and every day, I have to make an order for every day and I have to make an order for spring. 2 separate orders. But because the numbers of every day and fall are 5 and 6, I can be in fall time, I can be like one order, they're together. Mm-hmm. But because code spring is code 7, I can't go, I want code 5 and 7. No. I can only do 5 and then a whole or other for 7. So I was like, why don't we make spring 4? And she's like, no, we can't do that. And I was like, oh, okay, whatever. And then that was like a year or 2 ago. And then I asked her recently about it, like, why couldn't we do this, Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, we were planning to use 4 for something else, but we could use it for that now. It's like, well, couldn't we have used another number instead of 4 back then? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, there's literally infinite amounts of numbers.
There's a lot of things where they'll do something and then immediately I'll be like, why did we do it this way? Like, could you not just even ask me, like, maybe my thoughts on it? Like, we ordered tarps from China. We had to make our own codes.
Yeah.
Every other company in the world that does tarps, their UPCs have their first 5 digits, which are the same, and then the last 5 digits end up being the size.
Yeah.
So if you want a tarp, you look for the first 5 digits, and it'll go 02040. Then you know that one's 20 by 40. Mm-hmm. 3040, 30 by 40. Really easy. So when we got our tarps, no. 6 by 8, that's number 3.
That's a number 3 tarp.
Yeah, like 20 by 30. Oh, that's 17329. And as soon as I got the list, I was like, oh, we should have done it like this. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, well, too late now. It's like, fuck. Because then when you want to find, like, now before I could be like, oh, we don't have this tarp here. Do we have some hidden around somewhere? I would know the number.
Yeah.
I could go and now I have to like look up, okay, what's the code for the 8 by 10 tarp? I don't fucking know. I got to go track it down and find everything. It's like, oh my God. Anyways, whatever. It's bitch time.
Due to sometimes I got time on my hands,
Mm-hmm.
I would have already like got a new system, demoed up and be like, hey, this is the new system we should be using.
Yeah. I mean, they're already in our system, so it's like they're printed in China. They're already labeled.
Yeah.
It's too late now. So I said, like, next time we're doing something that has sizes like that, maybe we can do it that way.
Maybe we can do it an easier way.
Well, it's not even easier. It's just like, I don't know, dude. I'll see them do stuff before I would be like, unless they ask me now, I don't say anything.
Yeah.
If they get my advice or want to know my opinion on it, then I'll be like, oh, this is, what we should do or whatever. But now I'll hear them talking and be like, well, the most recent one was that sort of like made me stop doing it was we ordered all the floaties from China.
Mm-hmm.
We carried them before, like you get your donut or whatever.
Yep.
And I remember I'm sitting there and I did the order. I made the order up, right? Yeah. I did it all. And I hear her talking on the phone to the guy that we deal with, that he's the guy contacted China. So I make the order. I give it to him. He deals with China, right?
Yeah.
And I hear her and she's like, okay, we'll need to make codes for all the floaties. Okay. There's 20 different ones. I can make 20 codes and I'll send them to you. I just need the item code and blah, 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 blah. So she hangs up and I'm like, are you making codes for those floaties? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, they come with UPCs on them. You don't need to.
They're pre-coded.
And she's like, no, we have to get our own code for them. And I'm like, no, they have their own codes on them. And she's like, no. So I was like, okay, whatever. Make your own codes. So then when we finally get them and the owner's outside, we're unloading. He's like, give me a second here. And he like opens the box up and he's like, God damn it. And I was like, what? He's like, they have codes on them already. And I was like, oh, that's all I said, right? He kind of looked at me. He's like, what? And I was like, well, when we ordered them, I told them that they had codes and not to make them, but they didn't listen to me. And he's like, God fucking damn it. So then he called her and like yelled at her, I think. But I just was like, why would you not take my word?
Right.
That I know what's going on. And the other thing too is like, she's like, oh, they told us we need codes. I'm like, okay, well, maybe we need codes. I don't know. I guess it's possible. And then she said something like, well, we're going to make custom codes anyways, because you know that they like to look at how these things sail and we want to keep them separate and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but we don't need separate codes to do that. I can just say like, show me how many we sold between June and December
of these codes.
Of this code. We don't need a separate code. Anyways, it was a whole like wasted time because they made the code. She made them. But it was also wasted time and money in China because you know what? They did use the codes. And you know what they did with the code? They printed a sticker and put it on the external of every case. So there's a case of like 20 floaties.
Yeah.
And this code that we made is a piece of paper stuck on the outside.
Yeah.
And it was like, well, we're not even using these. So it was a waste of money for them to label them for us.
Yeah, no kidding.
Anyways, it turned into a bitch session there.
Yeah.
I'll shut up now.
Well, as we spoke in the pre-show, I love a good database. I love a good database.
Yes.
I've been making databases all the time.
Yep.
I love sorting stuff out. Mm-hmm. It's good. So yeah, when the store comes in, it's going to be a damn good inventory database. Let me tell you.
Oh my God. No kidding, eh?
Although it's going to be hard to inventory and database all the cards.
Well, you're not going to inventory them all.
Oh yeah, all of them.
No.
Oh yeah.
No. Because you're going to have the box of commons and Buddy's going to go, let me see the whites. And he's going to buy 10 whites. And you're not going to fucking inventory his 10 Benelish heroes that he bought.
Oh yeah, 10 Benelish heroes.
No,
they got to be there.
Are you kidding me, dude? Anything that's in the display case or like in the binders, but you're not going to inventory all the commons. Come on.
There's a robot that has every single magic card already in the software.
Okay.
And it will scan, sort, and inventory every single card.
So when a guy buys 10 commons, you're going to put it in the machine to sort out his 10 commons every time?
Well, no, I'll just check them off the list. You scan them out.
Oh my God. How are you going to scan them?
You just go 10 Benelish heroes, still good, done.
And so what if I buy 100 different commons?
Oh yeah.
No, fuck. You think Buddy's going to wait to buy 100 commons and be like, sorry, I gotta type these in manually while you wait?
There's a system.
To spend 50 cents?
There's a system.
Okay.
It'll happen.
Oh my God.
I don't know how it's going to happen.
I don't know how it's going to happen either.
Everything needs to be organized and sorted and inventoried.
I don't think the commons need to be sorted and inventoried.
There's expensive commons.
But they wouldn't be in the common box, dude. They'd be in the shelf. Those ones you inventory. But the bullshit cards, you're going to have like 10,000 commons and they're all going to be inventoried?
No,
that are worth 10 cents each?
Just 4 play sets. Just play sets.
Play sets?
Yeah.
What do you mean play sets?
You don't need to have 10,000 of the same card.
No, I know.
You just need play sets.
But like, what if I'm making a theme deck and I want 25... I don't know any card but Benelish Hero.
You can't have 25 in a deck.
Okay, well, what if I'm doing a decorative wall and I need 25 Benelish Heroes?
Then you're going to have to go somewhere else. Because I'm only going to have 4.
And if I come in with 1,000 cards to sell, you're going to go through, but I'll take 4 Benelish Heroes?
No, I'm going to say this is $6.
Yeah.
This is all commons. This is $6. This is a bulk purchase.
Yeah.
And then we'll go through it, see what's there. Sort
it
it out.
But as I come in, I want an itemized receipt.
Oh, yeah. Easy. That's what the robot's for.
Okay.
I don't know how fast the robot works, but
I just think
it's super cool.
For cards that are worth like jack shit, and you're going to inventory them all, that seems outrageous to me.
Well, what if you want 4 Benelish Heroes?
Well, you go, there's the white common box. Start digging.
I don't know. I don't think anywhere does that.
Well, Zemonics used to.
Zemonics, yeah.
I haven't bought magic cards since then. But like if I go into a magic shop now, if I go to All Aboard and I go, I want 4 Benelish Heroes.
Yes, they go to the bees.
And they dig it out?
And they pull the box and they dig them out.
Oh my god. Really? For a 5-cent card?
Yeah.
Oh my god. That is ridiculous. Anyways, I haven't bought magic cards in a long time, so I'm out of touch.
Well, a lot of the sales down there are online.
Yeah.
And so you need to go find the cards. You need to know if you got them in stock.
Do they really list commons on the website?
Everything's on the website.
Oh my god.
There's actual the hell are those called?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
What is
POEs. POSs.
POS.
POS software that tracks everything through that. And it's called Binder POS, and it's basically just for Magic cards and Pokemon cards and all kinds of cards. And it's got the whole database in there.
Are you going to list commons on your website?
It depends on the common, I think.
Okay, we're talking about a 5-cent common. If I say common, it's worth 5 cents. That's what I mean by a common.
I would imagine we'd have to.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. That just seems like a lot of work for absolutely zero upside to me. Because no one's going to be like, oh yeah, drop in a Benelish Hero.
Oh yeah, 20-cent common, 10-cent common, 10-cent common.
Oh my god. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm looking at the website now.
Okay.
75-cent. Oh, that's a 75-cent rare.
Okay, but that's different. I'm talking about cards that are worth like under a quarter.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all on the website right here.
Oh my god.
20 cents,
That's
10 cents.
atrocious.
Everything gets scanned in on this.
Okay.
Oh yeah, varies. Oh, $14 common.
Oh my gosh. I mean, yeah, I mean, common's worth nothing. Obviously, yeah. I'm not talking about a common from Alpha.
Yeah.
Obviously, that's not what I'm talking about.
No, they're listed on the website. So
okay.
All Aboard does it.
Alrighty. Seems atrocious to me.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Are Jack Daniel's whiskey barrel smoking chips pretentious or not?
What a weird question. Pretentious?
Are they a pretentious item?
So what did you smoke and what did you use your whiskey barrel smoking chips to smoke?
I smoked ribs.
No, they're not pretentious, dude. But are they Jack Daniel's barrel chips? I would say probably not.
Yeah.
They're probably whiskey barrels.
They're definitely whiskey barrels, and they have the Jack Daniel's label on them.
Yeah. They're not pretentious. That's something you can buy with any other smoking chip.
Yeah.
No, if anything, it's like they've just found a way to turn garbage into something you spent money for.
Yeah.
That's like when I saw bacon that advertised that it was corn cob smoked. I was like, oh, they're literally burning garbage to smoke like bacon now? Delicious. That's great. No, it's like, yeah, oh shit, we have a lot of chicken bones left over. What can we use these chicken bones for, you know? It's not pretentious, though. No, it's a popular...
You can make a chicken bone powder.
Yeah.
Make it like a chicken bone flour.
Yeah, exactly. No, it's not pretentious. But how did the ribs turn out?
Too salty.
Too salty.
I used too much salt in the rub.
Oh, yeah.
I used a store-bought rub, and it was just too salty.
Oh, yeah.
It was disappointing. We had to put a sweet barbecue sauce on it
I
to
think
make
I
them
saw
acceptable.
these on Facebook or something. Yeah, I saw them.
Yeah, I brined them for 24 hours.
That's a long time.
And then smoked them regular for 2 hours, and then charcoal barbecued them.
Oh, yeah.
They were good. Pretty good.
Still
pretty
good,
juicy.
a little salty, but that's okay.
Still good, little salty. Yeah.
No, it's not pretentious.
Very good.
Yeah.
Let me tell you.
Were you worried that I was going to say yes?
No, I didn't care. I was just wondering what you were going to say.
Okay.
Now,
Uh-huh.
I'll ask your opinion on another thing.
Okay.
Patreon.com/StreamVoidPod.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about that?
I think I should stop subscribing to my own Patreon.
Probably. Ladies and gentlemen, for just $1 a month, you can get access to the post-stream content, the pre-stream content, our bonus videos, and all the things that are associated with the Streamvoid podcast.
Yes.
You get the show early on Sunday instead of on Wednesday like everybody else. Even though that's not a lot of time in between, but, whatever.
I mean, for those guys that listen to it on Monday morning at work.
Yep. So if you want to support these two dudes and the things that they do, talking at the microphone, talking into your faceholes, just throw money straight at the screen.
Indeed.
And you'll need $1 a month.
When is the gaming-related podcast, board gaming-related podcast going to start?
I don't know.
Oh, scary.
I know. It all depends on who's got time, right?
Oh, yeah.
Because the board game store is going to be a
part-time endeavor.
Well, part-time for me, but still full-time. It'll be like working 2 full-time jobs because I will be.
Yeah.
And it'll be tough for a while, but we'll get the
exactly.
podcast going at some point. I don't know when.
Oh my gosh. Cool.
Yes. Let's talk about some news.
Okay.
Major Nelson. Larry
From I Dream
Herb.
of Genie?
No.
Oh.
Larry, Major Nelson Herb
Okay.
from Xbox, from Microsoft, is hanging up his hat after 22 years.
Yeah, he's been Xbox the whole time, basically.
Yeah. The entire
he's,
time. When I bought my first Xbox, he was on the promo videos.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he's been, well, at least from the 360 days. I don't know about Xbox original days, because that was kind of like, I don't want to say early days of the internet, but it was like it was very different back then for internet and like this sort of thing, like Twitter didn't exist and all that shit.
Yeah, for sure.
So that was kind of where he came from, was Twitter, right? No, that's not even true. That's not even true. I shouldn't say that. He did come from Twitter. I was listening to his podcast, the Xbox podcast, because it was leading up to the launch of the 360 is when I think he started it.
Mm-hmm.
And he was doing a podcast then that I listened to at work. Get this. On my PSP via MP3. So I had my fucking PSP in my pocket listening to his podcast. And I would listen to all his Xbox. I don't even know what it was called, but it was his podcast.
Yeah.
And he just talk about gaming, Xbox stuff, whatever. And yeah, he's been around doing that for fucking long ass time.
Oh yeah. 22 years.
He was the first person I ever heard about Twitter from, actually. He was talking about how on one of his episodes, he signed up for Twitter. And he was going to do some, I don't even know if it was called tweeting back then. That was when Twitter was spelled TWTTR. So it was a long time ago.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that's why I signed up for Twitter, was because he had said, oh, there's this new thing where you can do messages, whatever. I never used Twitter. I just had an account. But yeah, he's been a big part of Xbox for a long time.
Oh, yeah, for sure. I remember him. He would always bring you the latest updates just straight on the Xbox.
He still does. Well,
still does.
This Week in Xbox still involved him, but I guess he won't be doing that anymore.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a long time. I'd listened to it like for hundreds of episodes. I listened to a show. I'm not sure why I stopped listening, but yeah, he's an interesting dude.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And his name was from I Dream of Genie.
Was it?
Or Bewitched, one of the two. That's the guy's name, was Major Nelson.
Yeah, it's I Dream of Genie.
It was I Dream of Genie?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and like, no controversy surrounding him or anything like that.
Really? That's crazy. 22 years, no controversy. Good job.
Yeah.
He played it straight.
You know what, though? He sort of like made that role for himself, because he was just like a dude that worked at Microsoft and started a podcast.
Yeah.
And like whatever. And then they sort of made him into like the like a PR guy.
Yeah.
Basically, but he wasn't doing that. He just was like a guy that was at Microsoft that made a podcast and started posting about Xbox updates and stuff like that. And it sort of turned into an actual just job for him because that's what he did was like Xbox stuff.
Yeah, it's beauty.
So create your own job.
Made a job that he was already doing, kind of, that he likes doing.
Yeah, it's a good way to do it.
That's definitely
I'm sure
the
you
ticket.
got paid well. Anyways, you were at Microsoft for 22 years. I don't think you don't get paid poorly.
No, you get paid very well.
So,
and he didn't, in the article, he doesn't really say anything about what he's going to do next.
They
He's
never
just gonna,
do, though.
He's just going to chill.
They always
Sounds
say
like.
that he'll get a job working at some other gaming company and doing a similar thing probably, or
Yeah, potentially.
who knows, maybe he'll go into a total different industry.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
Maybe he'll just sail the world with his wife and kids.
I don't know if he has a kid, but he does have a wife.
Yeah.
He never.
I don't know.
I don't remember him ever saying anything about a kid. But him and his wife are kind of. I think they're like late 50s. So
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna miss him. Like he was always like, oh, there's Major Nelson. Okay, cool. But I'm not gonna be like, oh, it's sad to see him go. It's not like he changed my life or anything like that.
No, but he was in it.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I've said it before. There's like zero celebrities where I'd be broken up if they died.
Yeah.
Basically, it's just like, yeah, you're a famous person. Okay. Sad that he's gone and I won't see a movie or whatever they're in again, but I'm not going to be crying or anything like that. So.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was, yeah, he hadn't been around. I haven't really heard or seen him around in like the last couple of years.
No, he was still doing
anything.
it. He's still doing it. Yeah, he did the same thing. Like he's been doing it for years and years. Every Friday, free code Friday on Twitter.
No.
You have to do your little response. You'll have a little question like, oh, what's your favorite gun in Far Cry? You do a reply and you'd be entered in to win like a prize or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, free game codes or whatever. I did win one time, but it was like winning a free code to like a beta for a game. So it was like whoop-de-doo or whatever. But
yeah.
But he still was doing This Week in Xbox on Xbox, still doing his podcast, all that stuff. Still doing whenever they had an event, Microsoft event. He might not have been on the stage doing it, but he'd always be doing like
He's
sort of hosting the live stream or whatever, you know? So, yeah.
There you go.
Pretty cool anyways.
Yeah. Let's slide on over to some more Microsoft news.
Mm-hmm.
Microsoft wins a court case against the FTC. Well, a little bit of it anyway, to buy Activision Blizzard. So they're one step closer to being able to purchase Activision Blizzard and get them under their wing.
Yeah. Well, the FTC always tries to stop these. They're not trying to stop the mergers or whatever, acquisitions. They're just trying to make sure it's not going to harm customers, basically.
Yeah, they're there to make sure that everything's on the up and up.
Basically. So I know everyone was making a big deal, like, oh, the FTC is trying to stop it. Like, oh, there's something wrong with it, blah, blah, blah. But that's kind of their job, is just to make sure that the consumer is going to come out ahead and it's not going to affect sort of, you know, against consumers badly or whatever.
Yeah.
So they've been saying like, you know, anyone that I read about it that was in the know with like financial stuff and mergers and everything were saying it was going to go through eventually. This was all just part of the process basically, but we never hear about it because it's like, oh, Pepsi wants to buy whatever. That doesn't make news because who the fuck cares?
Yeah.
So like when that happens, it's just like, okay, another day at the office.
Yeah.
But this is like, you know, big time in entertainment industry, so it makes more news, right? And also gamers are gamers, so they'll, I don't know, blow it out of proportion.
Yeah. See, if Pepsi bought Guru, I could still go to the 7-Eleven and get a Guru. I could still go wherever and get a Guru.
Yeah.
They're not taking it off the shelves and putting it in Ontario only, you know?
I guess they could.
They could.
That's kind of what they're saying Microsoft was going to do. They're going to buy Activision and there'll be no more Call of Duty. You'd have to buy a Xbox.
Yeah, that's why this case is, that's why everyone's watching it. 'Cause it's like, they can do that.
Exactly.
Whereas it doesn't make any sense for Pepsi to pull a product and sell it only in, you know,
it could make sense for Pepsi. They don't want to eat into their own energy drink brand and they just eliminate one of the competitors.
That's also true.
So, But it's, I mean, anyways, it's kind of hard to compare it to a food product or whatever,
definitely.
you know. But it's also so stupid too. Like, imagine if it was like MGM is gonna buy Warner Brothers. It's like, so what? Who fucking cares?
Pretty
A
much.
movie company buys another movie company?
We're still going to get to see the movie on whatever screen we want.
That's kind of more similar to like this sort of acquisition here.
Yeah, pretty much.
Video games, oh my god, are so stupid. Could you imagine people warring in the streets like, no, fuck you. I like HD DVD. No, fuck you. I like Blu-ray. HD DVD sucks. Or like the great VHS Betamax wars of the 80s.
Yep.
Most people don't remember those.
No.
Just the blood ran red in the streets.
Yep.
So, yeah, it'll go ahead eventually here. It was always going to go ahead, basically.
Yeah, pretty much.
It'd be a different story if like Microsoft was trying to buy like, I don't even know, like Google or like something like that, you know?
Yeah, somebody on that scale of size.
Where it's like, oh, now Microsoft owns all the search engines.
Yes.
Basically. That might be something the FTC would be like, no, you have to spin off the search engine into its own company.
Yeah. You can't have both.
Yeah. So.
That's too big. That's too monopolistic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it'll be nice to see when Diablo comes to Game Pass. Not going to happen.
We can hope, but it's not going to happen.
Too many people bought it now for it to come to Game Pass.
Yeah.
Diablo 5, though?
Maybe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Speaking of a game too many people bought and were very upset about it,
Uh-huh.
Cyberpunk 2077
Mm-hmm.
has finally clawed its way to a very positive Steam review after its rocky launch.
That's what happens with games that are good.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, we talked about this like last week or the week before when we were talking about how it was cool to shit on Cyberpunk. All the reviews when it came out were just negative.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, okay, they probably were warranted or whatever, but yeah, the longer the game goes, I mean, I don't know, do Steam reviews even count anymore?
I look at Steam reviews.
But like, if they release an update next week that people don't like, it'll go back to mostly negative.
That's true.
Because everyone, or even if it's like, even if it's like something stupid, like what did they do in Skullgirls? They put a mini skirt on the girl because her ass cheeks were hanging out.
Yes.
And then they went to mostly negative reviews because of that.
Yeah, that's why I look at the reviews. Because I go, is this just bombed because of stupid things?
Oh, you actually read the reviews?
Yeah, I go down, I look at the recent reviews and the all reviews, and I go, okay, well, why is all reviews very positive? Why are the recent reviews very negative?
Yeah.
And then I'll go down and look at the reviews.
I don't even do that part because I know it's something stupid. If it's mostly negative recently, it'll be
a lot of the times, yes.
It'll be something like, oh yeah, they updated it and they removed like whatever. They made it more woke.
Yeah.
And people don't like that, so it's then mostly negative.
But sometimes it's actually
legit,
fairly legit and serious.
Yeah.
And so going down and having a look and being like, oh, well, that sucks. So I guess I'm not going to buy this game.
Yeah.
For like, especially when, you know, a developer abandons it or does something silly with it and then it's just unplayable.
Yeah.
Or they take out some of the features that you were, you know, hoping to play.
Who's reviewing games on Steam? Have you ever reviewed a game on Steam?
I have left comments on some games, like, but not many.
I don't think I've ever reviewed a game, ever.
Maybe just Terraria.
Terraria? Huh. The only thing, it's funny we're talking about reviews. This is a bit of an aside. I was looking for recommendations of an audiobook to get, and I was recommended Dean Koontz. And I've read a few Dean Koontz books, and I found them just to be atrociously bad. Like I said, Stephen King had bad dialogue. Dean Koontz is even worse. And I was like, I read a book and I did not like it, and I can't remember what it was called. And I was like, when I read it, I think I was using this website called Goodreads where you could like update your progress on books and like do comments about what you thought of it so far. Because I wanted to know what book it was that I read. So I went and I found the name of the book. And it was called like, I don't even remember what it was called. And I was like, oh, I wrote a review for this book. What is the review that I wrote for this book? And my review was like, this is the first and last Dean Koontz book I'll ever gonna read. The characters are boring. The story is idiotic. The dialogue is some of the most unbelievable I've ever read. I cannot recommend this book to anyone ever.
Wow.
Yeah, it was atrocious. So bad. I don't understand how people can read Dean Koontz books. They're so terrible.
I've reviewed 5 Steam products.
Oh, what have you reviewed? Okay, let me guess.
You will not get a single one correct.
Really?
Yes.
Not a single one?
Not a single one.
Okay, so how old are these?
First one's 2011.
Okay. One is a review for the game that it's a music game where you ride, like it makes the audio song you put into a track you drive on.
Incorrect.
Damn it. Okay, 2011.
That's a very recent game.
No.
Line.
No. I remember you playing that downtown. So it's not that recent. 2011, eh?
That's probably a PlayStation game too.
No. It was on PC, I think. But maybe it was PlayStation. 2011, eh? Is it free to play?
It is not free to play.
Okay. Man, and not Planet Side? It's not one of them?
There is one that is free to play. That one's in 2012 though.
That's CSGO.
No.
Oh, damn it.
It's similar style.
Yeah, what dumbass game were you playing back then? Can you give me a genre?
The first review is horror.
Horror from 2011.
The second,
Would I have heard of this game?
yes,
Okay.
you've probably played it.
What horror game in 2011 would you have played? Not Dead Space, because you played it on Xbox. 2011 horror.
It is very slow. There is no combat.
Very slow and no combat. Huh.
You hide.
Fatal Frame?
No,
You hide? Oh,
you mostly hide and solve puzzles.
God, what's the one where you're in the insane asylum? Is that it?
Is it an insane asylum?
You hide in lockers and shit. The guy's chasing you down.
I don't know if you hide in lockers, or I don't know if it's in the insane asylum now.
I can't remember what it's called.
It's
I can't.
it's a brain disease
A brain disease.
where you forget what you've done.
Alzheimer's. I don't know, what is it?
Amnesia.
Dude, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
But I'm thinking of a different one.
July 3rd, 2011 is when I posted a review.
Amnesia.
Yeah.
Crazy.
2.8 hours on record. Good enough.
And you reviewed it after 2 hours?
Yeah, what the hell is wrong
Oh
with
my
me?
god, dude. You barely got out of the menu.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Well, what are the other ones you reviewed?
Dungeon Defenders.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah.
How many hours on?
38.2.
Okay, that's okay. Is that game even playable anymore?
I doubt it.
Okay.
Blacklight Retribution.
Blacklight Retribution? Oh my god.
That game is so good.
Okay.
The Pit.
The what?
Pit.
The Pit.
The Pit. It's a roguelike
Okay.
RPG.
Okay.
That was 2013.
Okay.
And then Sprint Vector from 2018.
Sprint Vector.
Yeah.
Is that VR?
Yeah, VR.
Is that the one that I was going to vomit in?
Probably.
It's like this one?
Yeah, it's that one, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? I've got 5.4 hours
And you
on
never
record.
reviewed Gun Gal, eh?
Nope. Sure didn't.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
5 games. That's more than I thought I had.
I would
reviewed.
look at my account here, but I can't.
I wrote 1-line reviews for like 2 of them, 3 of them, 4 of them.
Yeah. I think I did do one Steam review because it was like I think there was one of the Steam sales when you get the cards. There was thing to write a review for a game
Yeah.
to get a card or whatever. So I think I did one for Warframe probably where I just said like after playing for 500 hours, I thought I should give him $10.
Yes.
Yeah.
World of Warcraft's latest patch offers a whole new way to play the game.
So do you know what that means?
Nope.
There's a new spec
A new spec.
on the new class.
Is it
there's like a buffing.
Dragonborn?
There's a buffing class. Like it's not.
Oh, a buff
It's
class.
not healing. It's not DPS. And it's not tank. It's like helping everybody.
Cool.
You do. It's considered DPS though, so you queue as DPS. But yeah, it's like a new spec they've never done in World of Warcraft before, basically.
Huh.
I mean, there's been buffing before, you know, cast power word, whatever, on somebody. But this one is like significant bonuses that would replace you as a DPS, I think, in the raid or party, because you do so much additional damage when you're buffed by this dude. I think that's the way it goes anyways. So that was pretty interesting to see.
So how do you solo play that guy?
You buff yourself, I guess? I don't know.
Buff yourself and debuff the other?
Oh, you do your multi-spec.
Yeah, I guess so.
You change from your buffing spec to your regular DPS
your DPS spec?
Yeah, probably.
Interesting. That sounds cool.
Yeah, it's been, as soon as I read it, I was like, oh, wow, that's crazy. Because like in every other MMO, pretty much, there's some class where it's like, I'm the bard.
Let me sing you a song with my lute.
I'll sing you a song and that'll buff you up and everything like that. So.
Yeah.
It's pretty interesting that after whatever 20 friggin' years.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're like, oh yeah, buffing spec. Let's try that out.
Spec the buff.
Yeah. So another addition to Dragonflight that seems to be pretty positive. This expansion has been pretty well received overall.
Yeah.
Which is good to see.
For sure.
When are they going to do that like World of Warcraft 2 or something like that? Never?
Never.
Yeah, I mean, if EverQuest is still going, World of Warcraft is going to be going literally forever.
Yeah, I was just on the Daybreak Game Studio website inputting my code for PlanetSide, and I'm like, and front and center.
EverQuest?
EverQuest 2.
Oh, yeah, from Prime Gaming.
Yeah,
you had a code. I played a little of EverQuest way back in the day when I went to my friend's house.
Mm-hmm.
And I enjoyed it. It was fine. But I never really played an MMO until WoW.
Yeah, me neither.
I played a little Dark Age of Camelot way back in the day, but that game was so fucking buggy.
I guess I did play quite a few like cheap MMOs that weren't WoW.
MMOs? Like what?
Wow, it's just like Asheron's Call or something like that. God. Just like
RuneScape?
No.
Maple Story?
No. Oh. Did I play Maple Story? No, I don't think I did.
I definitely didn't.
But it was just ones that were free because back in the day I didn't have a job, couldn't afford anything, so
just play whatever was free. Yeah, I remember playing Dark Age of Camelot and it was so laggy that you'd be riding the horse like between cities and you would like fall off the horse due to lag and you'd be in the middle of fucking nowhere and you have to run for fucking ever to get to the city. Just terrible. I think that game's still going too.
Which?
Dark Age of Camelot. Maybe it's only on like sort of private servers or whatever. It was an interesting game. I don't remember much of it. So long ago. Yeah,
I only have heard the name. I don't think I've ever seen anything about it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've played a few MMOs over the years. I played World of Warcraft and then Final Fantasy XI on my PS2. And I guess Phantasy Star is not really an MMO, but I played a lot of Phantasy Star Online.
Yeah.
Fucking lot of that one. World of Warcraft, Final Fantasy 14 I played for a month or whatever when I had COVID. And then Elder Scrolls Online.
There you go.
I think that's it.
The only one I really played seriously is, of course, WoW, of course. But the only other one is Guild Wars.
Oh, and I played Lord of the Rings Online.
Yeah.
I played Guild Wars 2 for a few days, but it just was like, no.
Yeah, they really changed the formula from Guild Wars 1 to Guild Wars 2, and I couldn't get into Guild Wars 2 because of the huge formula change.
And also, they have no quests. It's all just like, oh, there's a heart on the map. Oh, there's an event going on over there. Go do it with 10 other people.
Yeah.
I'd like a quest, please.
With the first Guild Wars, you had storyline, like
there's
actual
storyline quests, but there's no other quests.
Yeah.
So
lots of other quests in Guild Wars 1.
This one is all just like, oh, there's a heart. Yeah,
better go there.
You have to go defend the Elven village. No, I don't want to do that. And then I quickly uninstalled.
Yeah.
But I have so much shit on that account because all of my Prime Gaming bullshit.
I give it all away.
Yeah, I just
because it's all coded. I just go here.
Yeah, I don't even bother with them.
Yeah,
I don't know anybody that plays that game.
I know several.
Oh, there you go.
Yes. Speaking of games, what a segue! Sony finally signs a Call of Duty deal with Microsoft.
Wow.
Finally.
That's crazy.
They've done it.
Do you remember just a month ago when they said they didn't want Microsoft to own Call of Duty because maybe they would introduce a glitch that would like make the game run worse on a PlayStation 5 or like a critical error at the last level that would make people want to go buy an Xbox?
Yep.
Fucking Jesus Christ.
Who thinks these things?
I don't know. It's the lawyers that'll just think of any old bullshit to try to get their... But it's
non-gaming lawyers.
How like, oh shit, the FTC approved it. Well, I guess we better sign a deal now.
Yeah.
Microsoft was like, okay, we'll sign it, I guess. Again, it doesn't say exactly what is going on in these articles.
Yeah.
I'm sure in the actual thing they sign, it says specific things, but for all we know, it's just Call of Duty Warzone. It just says Call of Duty in all the articles.
Yeah.
It doesn't say like Modern Warfare 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
It just says Call of Duty will be on Sony for 5 years or whatever. It's like, oh, okay.
Great.
We don't know what it means.
No.
I hope Microsoft puts in a critical error that bricks PS5s. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
Just gotcha.
Yeah. Sony. Like, I mean, I get it. They're all companies and everything, but just the way their Sony's like, do as I say, not as I do about everything.
Yeah.
It's kind of just like tiring.
Mm-hmm.
I do own a PS5.
Yes, you do.
But I play on Xbox.
I talked about owning a PS5 yesterday.
Did you?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I had a lot of... I was in the checkout line getting groceries, and I have, PC
a lot of
points, a lot of PC points, and the cashier was like, "What are you saving up for?" I was like, "Well, I was saving up for a PS5," and he's like, "Yeah."
And then you're like, "But console gaming's dead."
But I'm like, everything I want to play on the PS5 is now on the PC.
Yeah. Exactly.
So whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you do have to wait like a year, but
yeah, and it has to be a Shoppers Drug Mart for me to get it.
Yeah, but I meant for PC, Sony games on PC, you have to wait a year.
A year's nothing.
A
year's nothing in adult time.
Okay. So now is Sony going to sign a deal with Microsoft to get like Spider-Man on Xbox? I doubt it.
Yeah, I also doubt it. But I don't think Xbox is clamoring to have Spider-Man on it. It never was on it.
I mean, there was Spider-Man games on the original Xbox.
Well, yeah, but not the new.
No. But they're done by Naughty Dog, so it's like a Sony studio. What was I going to say? The only reason MLB, the show, is on Xbox is because the Major League Baseball was like, you have to put it on Xbox or we're taking away the license.
Yeah.
Which is hilarious because then MLB the show is on Game Pass. But it's not on the Sony free. It's so funny, hilarious. Dude. Anyways. Yeah, we'll see exactly what Call of Duty on PlayStation means. I think it still was like exclusive stuff for PlayStation for another 2 years or something like that anyways. From their like exclusive maps and shit.
Yeah.
They had with Activision.
Yeah.
So who knows what's gonna continue rolling out. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways, Microsoft they don't want to do consoles anyways. They just want to do Game Pass. If they didn't have to do an Xbox, they wouldn't do it. They just want Game Pass.
Game Pass. Yep.
That's all they want.
Interesting.
Yes.
87% of classic video games are out of print. And that's a problem for gaming history.
It's true.
Well, they're classic video games. Of course they're out of print.
Yeah, but okay. Come on. Okay, compare it to movies. How many movies are out of print?
That's true. Not many.
0%? 1%?
Yeah, you can always mint a disc.
No, but like it's not even about making a disc. It's just like, oh, I want to watch Superman. I can watch it legally somewhere.
Yes.
I can rent it on any store. I can probably sign up for like Warner Brothers streaming service. It's on there.
Mm-hmm.
I could go buy it on Blu-ray or whatever. Whereas like if I want to play the Super Nintendo or N64 Superman game, I can't do it.
Nor would you want to.
Well, I wouldn't want to.
I get you. You can't just go out and buy it. Well, you can because that particular game, but another game, let's say Chrono Trigger, which is more popular.
But you can't get Chrono Trigger.
You can get Chrono Trigger, but you're gonna have to pay some big bucks for it.
No, it's available.
Is it available?
Yeah, they released it on. That's the thing is like some games are available. So yes. Chrono Trigger is available on PlayStation. It's on iOS.
So the more popular games are still available.
Not even popular. It's just like. Well, Square Enix will try to get money from a stone. So, like, basically, if you want to play a classic Square game, they're available.
Yeah.
But it's like, oh, I want to play Rygar. Can I play Rygar? Can I play Pole Position legally?
You can play Pole Position legally.
Okay.
Because it's on the... When Nine Arsons was here, he was talking about it. You can get Pole Position, the classic, on the game, on the Nintendo eShop.
Oh, right.
$10.
Oh, right. But yeah, most games are not available.
Yeah, for sure.
It just is, and if you want to play it, you have to pirate it. There's no other option. So that kind of piracy I'm okay with because there's no legally way for you to do it. But it compared to movies or even music, like pretty much anything is available.
Yeah.
For you to legally get.
Yeah, for sure.
And it's kind of just like, why is this not the way it is for video games? Like, I know it's a little different with a video game. It's like, well, it ran on like the equivalent of a calculator back then. So it's a little more work to just get it on running on a modern system. Because it'd be like, oh, it runs at like fucking like 2.2 gigahertz now, where it was running at like 33 hertz back in the day.
Yeah.
So it's like impossible to even look at the screen.
It's just too fast because everything's tied to the clock speed.
Yeah. When it's a little different when it's a movie, it's like, it's plays at 33 frames per second or whatever, like it's nothing too crazy.
There are a lot of people like for console gaming, I can see that, but for the PC gaming, like especially the old stuff, a lot of it's been archived.
Yeah, but you can't get it legally.
No, you can't. You have to go to GOG or
archive.org. Well, and if it's on GOG, you pay for it. It's not free on GOG. But, but a lot of stuff, mostly console stuff, yes, it's impossible to play it legally, which sucks.
Yeah.
I wish it was different that way. Like, why does Nintendo not, we've said it over the years, why don't they have their own Game Pass thing where just all Nintendo games are on there? No, they prefer to release 3 at a time on their little Game Pass thing. And it's cool what they're doing on there because it'll be like, oh, this Japanese game that was never released in North America is available for play. That's cool. Or they've added multiplayer into like online multiplayer to Super Mario Brothers. That's cool. But it's like, why not you just put them all there?
Yeah.
Stop messing about here.
So reading the article here, it says the Commodore 64.
Yeah.
95.5% of titles are currently out of print.
Yeah.
For the Commodore 64.
Yeah. So and there's some that are available.
Yeah. And the ones that are available are probably new.
Yeah. Or they're like ones that are on like that Ant stream or whatever.
Yeah.
So there are some, but it just sucks that I could say like any game from back in the day that I played on the Atari, I probably cannot play it legally. Not that I would want to necessarily.
Yeah, there's only maybe those 10 that have just been reprinted for the special edition that are going to cost you $1,000 each.
Yeah. But even if it's just like on Antstream or whatever,
Yeah.
Like, why do they not just... I don't know if they think their license is not getting paid enough or whatever. I don't know. Or they even know who owns the game.
Yeah,
that could be
especially
part of it too.
Especially with PC gaming, like a lot of those old games, nobody knows
who owns it now, if anybody.
Who owns the copy of that?
Yeah,
nobody knows.
So it sucks, but I remember years ago, Frank Cifaldi, who's a guy with the Video Game History Foundation or whatever it's called, he did a talk at GDC or something like that about video game preservation and history because he's big about that. Yeah. I've been following him for a long time. Like his original website, the redeye.net, I used to read that like back in the early 2000s. It was like one of my favorite websites back in the day. But he's big in the history of video games and preservation, and he did a whole talk about video games, comparing them to movies and how you can buy Uncle Buck on any platform, any format, anything. There's like 30 different. You could buy it on PSP. You could buy it on DVD, VHS, Blu-ray. Like movie companies, they will release it to get the money. Whereas video game companies is like, no, that was on the Nintendo NES. It's done now. We're not doing with it anymore, You
got to get the new hotness. Only the new hotness.
Yeah. And it is a little different too. Like movies always look more or less good.
Yeah.
They're filmed on film. A movie generally filmed in 1980 will look as good as a movie film nowadays. Generally.
Generally, yeah. Depending on how they've upscaled it and put it onto the system.
Well, I mean, it's not even really upscale it. Like,
no, it's just
the
filmed, digitization. It's
filmed like 1-to-1 basically, just because it's on film. But yes, getting rid of film artifacts and blah 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 blah. Whereas like comparing Super Mario Bros. To Super Mario Galaxy or whatever, like you would look at it and be like, "Oh my god, it looks like trash." If you weren't part of the generation to watch it, right?
Yeah, if you're not a big fan of pixels, then
and it'd also be like, "Oh my god, the movie's black and white." But then it's like that people that are cinemaphiles back in those days would be like, "Oh my god, it's a silent film."
Yeah,
you know, it's comparable that way, but it's a little different where it's. You could look at a movie and besides the fashions, be like, "Oh, that was filmed last week."
Yeah.
So, anyways, hopefully this report is not going to do anything. It's not going to change anything. Isn't. Just brought more eyes to it, but yeah, it sucks.
Yes.
Microsoft is trying to do it.
Are they?
Well, they're pretty much any Microsoft release game is available on Game Pass. Like anything they published, more or less is available. And with their backwards compatibility thing they made every game on the Xbox 360 or original Xbox can work generally, but they went to the publishers of the game and were like, "Hey, do you want us to like turn it on?" And most of them said yes, but some said no.
Yeah.
So there's some you can't play, even though they would work.
There's got to be a system out there where you can, because especially with the later consoles where it's disc-based, there's got to be a system where you can just be like, "Oh, I want this game." And then they'll just print you the one game.
That is kind of the way it works with, actually, sorry, there is, I don't know which movie company it is, but they do that exact thing.
Yeah.
I don't know which one it was, but I read an article about it where they, for their classic movies, you can go to the website and be like, "I would like this movie on Blu-ray," and they will just make a copy. It's old movies that they're not distributing like on DVD or Blu-ray.
Yeah.
But you can order an individual copy and they'll print it and you buy it from them and they send it to you.
Yeah. I mean, why couldn't they do that now with video games? Like, especially disc-based games anyway.
I mean, yeah, but there's a little difference between the one single different anti-piracy algorithm they have on DVDs, where every system has its own anti-piracy thing.
Yeah.
So,
but if the company's minting it with the anti-piracy already there.
Yeah, I mean, I guess so. I know for like Dreamcast and stuff, they had their custom, they will run off a CD, but it was custom sized discs, the GD-ROM.
Yeah.
And then same thing with GameCube with their little mini discs. So, but in the era of Blu-ray drives, yeah, I don't see why not.
Yeah, you just mint it and be like, "There you go." You don't even need a manual. You just print out a sleeve and put it slap it in a case.
The difference is though, is that the movie, I don't know which studio is doing that. They actually sort of care about the history of cinema.
Yeah.
Whereas video game companies, like, do you remember like a few years ago where they were asking about backwards compatibility on PS5? And I don't know who it was, Jim Ryan on PlayStation was like, "Who wants to play those old games? Like, we're not going to have backwards compatibility. Are you crazy? No one wants to play that old busted shit."
That dude's out of touch.
Yeah.
Everyone.
I don't know if it was Jim Ryan. I don't remember who said it, but it was definitely someone on the PlayStation was like, "No, we're not doing backwards compatibility."
That dude has no idea what's going on.
Well, I mean, but the thing is they do know what's going on because they have like analytics of like seeing how many people actually booted up like a PS3 game on PS4. It's like, oh wait, did it have backwards compatibility on PS4? I actually don't know. But generally, the percentage of people that play old games on new consoles pretty low.
That's because they're playing it on their old console.
No, generally the majority of people, when they get a new console, the old one goes to like the younger brother.
Yes.
Or like to the thrift store.
Unless you're our age.
Or unless you're sort of like a gamer guy that are like, "Oh, I'm going to play that again."
Yeah.
Whereas now it's like, no, I got the new Call of Duty machine. I don't need my old Call of Duty machine. I got my new Madden machine. I don't need the old Madden machine.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Anyways, hopefully something changes.
Yeah. Non-gaming news. We've got one article in the non-gaming news.
Okay.
90% of Texas beaches are contaminated with fecal matter.
Nasty.
Did you know that?
I didn't know that.
I don't know what it is. It must be something about being in the Gulf.
Well, okay.
And the way the currents flow.
Thinking that right now. Is Texas exposed to the ocean?
Yeah.
On the west coast, east coast?
East coast, yeah. They're Gulf of Mexico.
Okay.
But got that little sticky addy bit.
There's not just
that peninsula.
Ocean beaches. There's got to be.
Well, yeah, there's definitely inland beaches for sure. But
all poo-poo flows to the ocean.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. So there is an actual government-funded website where you can click on the beach to see if it's a good day to swim.
Oh, yeah.
You're like, how's the fecal matter going on the beach here today? And
but
like,
also red
it's
tide
bad.
and stuff like that too, right?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Let's see here. Oh, yeah, look at that. Oh, yeah.
So if you want to swim at the Texas City Dike, don't do it right now because it's 74 CFUs per 100 milliliters.
Oh, this is just for the coast.
Yeah, it's
There's
just
no
for the
inland
coast.
beaches here. God damn. All right, what's going on near Houston here? Everything's green, so that's got to be good. Low bacteria count.
Yeah, it's a low bacteria count today. You can go and swim in the ocean.
Sylvan Beach is looking pretty good. Oh, there's a yellow here in Galveston Bay. What's going on here? Ooh, 74 CFU over 100 mils. What do the details say? Ooh. Yikes. Yeah, don't go slurping that water up right there.
Yeah, all kinds of
Texas
data.
Texas City Dike.
All kinds of data all along the coast for how much fecal matter is currently floating around.
So how much fecal matter do you think are in the old local beaches?
Here?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
Well, you got to think like all the cities that are north and east of this city we live in, Kamloops, their water treatment plants and their sewage plants are next to the river.
Yeah.
And once it's treated, it goes in the river. And how much do you think, like, in Chase, the guy working in the Chase sewage plant is just some days like, geez Louise, just open the valve, we're running behind today. Let it flow.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit, just due to our population density, it's probably not too bad. Whereas down in Texas, it's probably like, and around Texas, like in Mexico and all that, because all that's just going to feed into the Gulf of Mexico, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess that probably in Mexico, their wastewater regulations might be a little less stringent. I don't know for sure. But there's a little less money in Mexico for that sort of public, what would you call those? Public works, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's always just like, well, it's downstream. It's okay.
Yeah,
Don't worry about it.
And all these places experience a lot of flooding.
There's that too, yeah.
Which definitely
Hurricane
makes things worse.
season.
Hurricanes, flooding.
Yeah. Be interesting to know if someone tested and what are they testing? Just a scoop of the water? Or
Yeah, they probably have stations all along that give readouts every so often.
What if someone just a kid was swimming right by at the right time and just laid a dookie in his diaper?
Yeah, right when the right when it was taking its measurement, for sure. That'd go straight to red.
Screw it up, dude. Yeah, I don't know if they ever do any testing like that around here. I've never heard of that. I haven't been in the river in I don't even know when the last time I went in the river, dude. Yeah, I don't even know.
Yeah, river? Haven't been in the river in quite some time. In the lake? I've been in the lake.
If it's been more recently than 20 years that I've been in the river, I'd be shocked. Maybe I put a toe in the river or something like that. Yeah. It's gross.
Yeah.
But I mean, you go to if you go to Walmart and swab the door, it'll be like, yeah, fecal matter.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like you pick up a banana at Walmart. Yeah, fecal matter. People are gross.
People are gross.
Just think about it. How much shit you touch in a day. What kind of shit's on their hand? Not even just fecal matter.
Yeah.
What other kind of atrociousness is on there? Disgusting.
Very disgusting.
You need to wear a full body prophylactic to go out in public.
A Nomex suit, just walking around, hazmat.
Disgusting.
Breathing your own air.
You can't think about that shit, otherwise you'll just go crazy.
Oh yeah, that's why I don't.
Yeah,
I'll just eat whatever. It's off the ground, whatever.
Well, that's a little different. The ground's probably clean. Like, I know people are like, ooh, touch the ground. It's like, no, fucking imagine it touched the doorknob.
Ew.
Gross.
Yeah, everyone's wearing shoes when they're touching the ground.
Yeah, man.
But those shoes have been in the bathroom.
Yeah, that's the only room in the house, I think, where if I drop something, I'd be like, no, I'm not going to eat it.
Yeah.
It's in the bathroom. If I dropped it on the kitchen floor, I take a look at it, no dirt on it. Okay, it's fine.
It's good. Just
Unless
rinse
it's
it
like,
off.
I mean, if it's dry, I guess.
Yeah.
If I drop like a piece of like sandwich meat on the floor, I'd be like, well, that's going in the garbage.
that's going in the garbage.
Or like turn on the tap, rinse it off. You know?
Get that.
You can do that to a
get some
hot
soap
dog.
on it.
You can do that to a hot
Oh yeah,
dog.
for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
It's a sealed product.
Exactly. Gross.
Yeah.
Nasty.
All right. That's it for the news.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-huh.
Game Club.
Ooh.
Each week, we talk about a video game. We play a chapter or a segment or a timed interval, and then we go ahead and we talk about it on this podcast. And you can play along with us if
Please
you
do.
so desire.
You should desire.
You can join the Discord down below.
Mm-hmm.
You could interact with us live in the chat, or you can post in the Discord about your experience, and we will read about them on the podcast.
Yes, sir.
We read about them. We will read them aloud on the podcast.
Sure.
And we will have a discussion with the club because it is a game club, just like a book club, but for games.
Oh, book club.
Yeah. Except we don't read the entire book. Or play the entire game at once. We go chapter by chapter.
Exactly.
Because that can take
Well,
a
I don't
long
think
time.
book clubs read a whole book, do they?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I know some clubs do and some clubs don't.
Imagine it's like we're reading War and Peace for book club. You have to read War and Peace by next week.
Ooh.
1,000 pages.
I'm dyslexic as frig. That's
Yeah.
not going to work out.
And you accidentally read Peace and War.
Yeah. So, we have wrapped up Yakuza 0.
15 through prologue.
Yes.
Yes, we did wrap it up.
Yeah. Frank is currently sitting in my mousing spot, so...
What a guy.
I know. So, chapter 15. Scattered Light.
Scattered Light.
What happened in Scattered Light?
We were Majima, right?
Yes. We were Majima. Are we Majima? Yeah, we're Majima.
Yeah, we're just trying to track down, where Makimura is. She's disappeared from everybody.
Yes.
We found out a lot of stuff about like how her brother is Tachibana and he died and whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the empty lot is hers, and everybody wants it. We got the Dojima is coming after it, the Oni Alliance, the Nikkei Consortium, like everybody wants her basically.
Yeah.
And no one knew why. Well, I mean, Majima didn't know why he was sent to kill her, and then he decided to help her out and whatever. It's the whole conspiracy basically around her.
Yeah, there's a bunch of people in the family or in the clan with their own agendas on what to do with her and how to get her and how to get the empty lot to get ahead in the family, to get ahead in the clan, to be the next. Because right now the clan is being run by a figurehead. Yeah, he's not the actual captain of the clan.
Yeah, the other guy died, so he's sort of acting captain. And everyone's sort of vying for more power during this. Dojima wants to get the lot, because if he gets the lot, the Kamurocho Revitalization Project can go ahead, and then he'll have so much power that he will be like the de facto leader of the Tojo clan. And then behind the scenes, Kazuma in jail has been like manipulating everything. So like master tactician to prevent that from happening. And it sort of all comes to a head in these last chapters here, basically.
Yeah. So as Majima, we're actually, because we're in Kamurocho, we're now going to go see the head of his estranged family, quote unquote. So Shimano. So Sagawa wants us to go and talk to Shimano.
Yeah.
About a couple things. This is after we failed to find Makimura again.
Yeah.
And so you go in and you talk to Shimano, and he's just like, "Oh yeah, I knew everything that was going to happen. I orchestrated everything." And Majima's like, "What?
Yeah,
I've just been a pawn this entire time."
It's weird that how both stories are both pawns.
Yeah,
I said that a few game clubs ago, where I was like, their stories are like mirrors of each other.
Yeah,
that's why I thought Makimura was going to die. because Tachibana died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so Shimano's like, Majima, Goro, you do not have to kill her anymore. Just bring her here. Sign the empty lot over. It's fine. That's it.
Yeah.
And then you're back in the family.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Everyone, not everyone, but people recognize him in Kamurocho.
Yes.
Where they'll be like, oh my God, we heard about the guy, like Goro, who like disappeared and he lost an eye and he disappeared. And you're like here standing in front of us. Are you like back in the family or whatever? And he's always like, no, I'm not in the family. I'm trying to be. For whatever reason, he wants to get back in.
Yeah.
And then what else happens here? We go to the empty lot. Oh, we're supposed to find Makimura.
Well, we have to, because Majima knows that he's got to find Kiryu to find Makimura.
Oh yeah, right.
So we have to go to he goes to the Kazama family office, fights some dudes.
Yeah, and we fight what's his name?
Kashiwagi.
Oh yeah, Kashiwagi on the roof.
What a bullshit fight.
Why?
Oh, it's just bullshit.
Like, did you lose or something?
Several times.
Oh, really?
Couldn't beat him at all. He was just like, I'd be like beating on him, then he'd be like, well, I'm just doing a move. You can't, it's unblockable.
Oh, really?
You just die.
I beat him. I had to heal a couple times, but I just was breaker style, just kicking him in the head so many times.
I lost so many times. The game was like,
do you want to play
You want to play an easy?
Yeah.
And I'm like, yes. This is some bullshit.
Oh, crazy. Maybe I was higher leveled or something like that.
You're definitely higher leveled than me.
But I just breaker styled and just was spinning around, kicking him in the head a bunch.
He could he would just block everything I would do, and then he'd go and attack me, and I'd block, and he'd be like, oh, well, I broke your block in one hit. Then sends me across the room, and I'm like, oh, or the roof. Anyway.
Once you finally beat him, Majima's like gonna, torture him basically to get the information, and one of his little lackeys is like up there, like, no, don't do it. And he's like, well, I need to talk to Kiryu, or no, Nishiki, I think. Nishiki.
Yeah.
Because if he finds Nishiki, he can find Kiryu. And he's like, Serena, go to Serena.
That's where he usually hangs out.
So you go to Serena, and Nishiki's there, and Majima goes, and he's like, I'm looking for a guy, Nishiki, see if I'm in here, whatever. And then they have a little bit of a fight there.
Yeah.
Did you complete the QuickTime events in that fight? There's one where Reina hits you over the head with a wine bottle.
Yeah.
And then there's another one after that.
Yeah.
I failed the one with Reina that hits you over the head with a wine bottle.
I got that one.
You did it?
He just goes, whoop.
That was an achievement, dude. To fail that one is an achievement.
Oh, hitting the bottle trophy. Yeah, I see that.
Yeah. So I did that. I didn't fail it intentionally. I just was like, I failed it. Fuck. And I got an achievement for it. But that was another fight where I was like, well, sorry, I'm gonna destroy Bar Serena for you. And I started breaker styling all over the room, just kicking chairs around and everything.
I didn't think that this was going to end up being a fight. I was like, oh, well, Reina's going to be like, no, don't do this. Go outside.
That's what I thought too, because last time we fought, Kiryu was like, let's go outside in the back. And then I beat the shit out of everybody. But that was when Kuze or Awano came to the club and like beat up Nishiki.
Yeah.
Nishiki.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I guess Majima was a little different. He will just fucking spin kick around the room. He doesn't care, right? So we beat up him, and he's just like, I need to protect her. And they're kind of like, oh, we're on the same team kind of here.
Oh, okay.
You don't want to kill her. You want to save her. Okay. That sounds pretty good. And I don't even know how we get to the point where they're actually assaulting like everybody, where like the sort of end of the game comes through. I guess it's because after this he finds Makimura.
Yeah, you have to go to the empty lot.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know where she is, where do I go? And I'm like, well, obviously the empty lot. Like, come on.
Yeah, so you go to the empty lot, and she's standing on one of the roofs of one of the buildings there.
It's like, how did she get up there?
And so you go up there and find her, and she's got her eyesight back.
Well, sort of. She can see
shapes. She can see blobs.
Yeah. And she's like says, no. Yeah, that's right. She's like, I have to kill these guys. Are you going to help me or not? And Majima's like, no, I'm not going to help you.
Yeah, she wants you to kill the Shibusawa Kuze and
Awano. Yeah. And he's like, no, I can't do that. And she's like, well, you can't help me. And she goes to leave. And he's like, oh, let's get some food. Let's get some food. And then you can tell me to leave if you want.
Yeah.
She's all hungry or whatever. So they have a little date. They get some takoyaki. And it's like, Majima's so stupid. But she's like, I'm going to go get another takoyaki. And actually, it was a little annoying before that because you have to like lead her through town. Slow as fuck. And she keeps falling over. And I'm just like, Majima, like, put an arm around her or something.
Yeah,
like,
right.
Jesus Christ.
It's just a standard escort quest where she has to follow behind you, and anyone she bumps into, she falls over.
Yeah. So we'll get the takoyaki, eat it, and then she's like, I'm gonna get more takoyaki. And he's like, no, wait here. I'll get the takoyaki. And I was like, Majima, you're such a fool. So she leaves, of course, when he's gone.
Yeah. So when he gets back, there's a homeless guy there, and he's like, "Oh yeah, she said wait for the guy with the takoyaki and give him this message." And she said I could have the takoyaki.
Yeah, meet at the roof tomorrow at 5. And I'm like, AM or PM?
AM or PM?
So then I was like, do they use 24-hour clock in Japan? I don't know.
So what I was wondering at this point was, well, what if you just eat the takoyaki? What happens then?
I think you have to have it. I read a thing, because there's an achievement there.
Yeah.
Where if you don't go back for 15 minutes, you get an achievement. And a guy was talking about how he had a cold takoyaki and he had a different other takoyaki. And then he had the hot takoyaki. And if you wait long enough, it turns into a cold one and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. So I don't know what would happen if you ate it. It'd be interesting to see anyways. They'd probably just say like, oh, I forgot the takoyaki. I gotta go get it. So, but when we go back to the roof, we get attacked by Dojima clowns. Yep. And they're like, yeah, she turned herself in. She's selling the land right now to Dojima. Yep. Like, she asked for us to come and kill you. Like, the joke's on you, buddy. And then he's like, no. This is a ploy. She wants me to come and get her. She sent you guys to die, basically. Yep. And then I fucking breaker styled all over their asses again.
I bat styled. Easy fight.
I was just doing so many spins. I just love it because like 6 guys will fall down and I'll be doing my leg spins and then money will fly out of them. So good.
And then we get to see what's going on with Makimura at the Sebastian building.
Yes.
When we get a little cutscene here with her going up there being like, hey, I'll sell you the lot,
but you got to kill
your 3 lieutenants.
Chop their heads off.
Yeah.
She thinks she has all the power, basically.
Yeah.
She wants these guys dead because they were basically the ones that killed her brother.
Yeah.
And then he tells a story about how, like, oh, the only people that know about the empty lot are, like, a couple bureaucrats that we can basically buy off, and us. So, like, as long as no one puts up a stink about us using the empty lot, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So, like, you have no power here.
And meanwhile, while this is happening, Majima is coming up the elevator to the top of that building.
Yeah, kicking the shit out of everybody. Yeah. So much breaker style for me in this building.
Yeah.
He gets there right as the moment when what's his name?
Gao Louis?
He shoots her.
Gao Louis.
He gets to the roof, comes to the elevator. He shoots her. She falls, and then Awano, all the other guys, they are like, well, let's be cool guys and fly away in a helicopter.
Yeah.
And they fly away, and then Majima kicks the shit out of everybody and then gets to Makimura, sorry. And he's like, don't die. I'll save you. And someone... Oh, this is after he kicks the shit out of Gao Louis. So this is when we have the fight.
No, that's the finale is Gao Louis. This is where Sarah does come up.
But who does he shoot?
That's in the next chapter.
Oh, okay.
Because Majima...
Oh, right. Yeah. We just kick a crap out of all like a little trooper guys there.
Yeah, and then Sarah comes
up and is just
helps.
Like, we got to get her out of here. They don't know she's alive. They think she's dead, whatever. So we got to save her. Let's take her away.
Yeah.
They take her away to the hospital.
And then we begin the finale.
Yes. Where we are playing as, I think we're Kiryu at the start, aren't we?
Yes, we are Kiryu at the start. Yeah. We get to see Majima in the operating waiting area, and that's the surgery's gone well. They've got
the
her
world's
out.
sexiest doctor comes out.
Ridiculous. I was like, hello.
Yeah. She's got to be an idol. There's got to be an erotic video of her in the game.
Probably. So, yeah.
Sarah's like, we're going to take her to a safe location on my boat on the docks or whatever. Yeah. And I just assumed when he says, I'm going to take her on my boat, that they would set sail.
You're right. I also thought that they would set sail. But we get to see Shibusawa's plan, and he's just going to be like, we have to get rid of everyone. The Kazama clan has to go down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we're not going to be able to progress.
We got to get rid of everyone. That's part of it. And, yeah. So it's time for Kiryu to take out the trash yet again.
Yeah.
And we got to fucking beat the shit out of Kuze yet again.
Oh, so we get a call from a random number, and we got to go down to the Little China, Little Asia.
Yep.
And talk to Chen, but also who's there is Sarah.
Yes.
And so you get the lowdown on what's actually happening. You find out that Makimura's on the boat.
Yeah.
That Shibusawa is here he's going to eliminate everyone in the Kazama family to show strength.
Yeah.
And if Makimura wakes up, the Nikyo Consortium will take the empty lot, which is Kazama's final goal to thwart Dojima.
Yeah. And so where does Kiryu go to fight Kuze?
So Kiryu meets up with Nishiki outside the
right.
lot.
Yeah.
Not the lot,
bum village.
The bum village, in the park. And then he says, I'll hold him here. And then he goes, you do a fight there, as Kiryu and Nishiki goes down to the Dojima family headquarters, or not the Dojima, the Kazama family office
to protect it or whatever.
Yeah. And then after you're done after Kiryu's done his fight, heads back down there as well. And outside is Kuze. It's just Kuze.
He's like, this is where we're going to finish it for real.
Yeah.
You know, you've beat me 4 other times, but this time I'm going to take you.
And it's kind of weird because after the last beating, he kind of gains a little bit more respect for Kiryu.
Yeah. Well, he's also beaten down because now he's not even really a lieutenant. He's working for what's his name? He's not like his own. He's not his equal anymore. He's like his subordinate.
Yeah. And so this fight, Kuze's got 3.5 health bars.
Mm-hmm.
It's just ridiculous. I was like, what? How did you get so many more health bars from the last time we beat the hell out of you?
Plot armor.
I guess so.
I don't know what style I used. Probably rush. I think I rushed all over these guys.
Yeah, I rushed him here. This one was not that difficult.
No, I just would dodge and then punch him when he was punching away from me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Once you beat him, he kind of like tells you, like, as the evil villains do, like, here's the whole plan.
Yeah. I think at this point, Kuze is he's just like, nah, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care anymore. I'm not where I want to be, and I'm not happy in the Dojima family.
No. He's got beat by me 5 times. So
yeah.
I'd be pretty unhappy too. And then...
And now it's we can switch between... Yeah. Now it's like, get ready for the final fight.
Yeah.
We can switch between Kiryu and Majima to get health potions or healthing up things.
Yeah. I was maxed
Stamina
out with
XXX.
Full stuff.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So I didn't need to buy anything. So we just moved on to the fighting. I loved beating the shit out of all the Dojima guys' Majima. That was fun. Just fucking spin kicking everyone down. So much breakering going on. Oh my god.
Yeah. The first part of the fight is were you as Kiryu or were you as Majima in the first bit?
Well, I was Kiryu and then I said I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
And I switched to Goro and then I say I'm ready to go. So I don't know whoever it automatically defaults to there. Huh. I think it was probably Goro.
Huh, cuz mine was Kiryu.
But I can't remember. I don't think it really matters either way.
I don't think so either. Everything happens at the same time.
Yeah.
In storyline format.
I remembered what I did. I don't remember what order I did it in. So
Kiryu and Nishiki go up to the boat.
Yeah, and there's like
it's just surrounded.
A war going on, basically. Yeah.
And as soon as Shibusawa is there as well, but he's just kind of waiting until you arrive
just to show
as Kiryu.
Yeah,
just to show
because they're gonna go on there, and the idea is they're gonna kill Makimura.
Yeah,
so they got to go on there to save her or whatever.
And so it's Kiryu and Nishiki versus the entire Shibusawa family.
Yeah.
Until the Kasama family shows up in big dump trucks.
Yeah, and
everyone piles out,
and they're having like a fucking war there.
Yeah, and as soon as the Shibusawa family and the Dojima family come up the ramp, the Nikio Consortium starts opening fire on them. It's just like bullets and everything going crazy.
I was like, where are the police in this
part
of the game? I guess maybe it only lasted a few minutes, but like it was like fires and explosions and guns and everything. Maybe the cops knew like, oh, the Yakuza are having a war. Well, we'll just let them deal with themselves.
We can't do anything about that.
We'll come in later.
Yeah. So you beat your way up to the ship, beat your way onto the ship. And this is where what I would say the bullshit starts to happen.
Oh, the bullshit.
The goddamn bullshit.
Okay. What bullshit are we talking about?
Everyone's got guns.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone's got freaking guns and they two-tap you.
I was, so for example, I did get shot a bunch, but there'd be parts where there'd be 3 guys in a hallway.
Yeah.
And then at the very end, there's 2 guys with guns.
Yeah.
I just ran past the guys at the start. And
Yeah,
I would
you had
hide
to.
in the little hallway. They would shoot, and I'd go to the next one. And I ran down to the end, and I beat those guys up there.
You had to, but like I would like run at them, then they'd like 2-shot me, and then be like, oh well, now I got to heal. Then I run up some more, 2 shots.
Well,
heal.
I timed it so I could just hide behind the little outcropping, and they would never end up shooting me running up. But it'd be like I'd open a door later as Majima and be like, I got shot. So then I'd like fall back in the hall. The guys would chase me into the hall. I'd kill those guys, and then I'd run in the room and kill the guy with the gun.
I would take so much damage getting shot.
Found that if I ran like parallel to them, they couldn't really hit me very well. Like if I ran right at them, obviously they're gonna shoot me.
Of course.
But if I ran sort of like sideways, they would sort of like miss me and stuff. So it was a pain in the ass, but I didn't like die or anything like that.
Yeah. I didn't die, but I used up all my healing.
Yeah, I used
through
a
those
fair
areas.
amount.
It was ridiculous.
I used a fair amount. Well, which sort of climactic battle do you want to talk about first? Maybe Majima?
Yeah, let's talk about Majima. The Majima fight I thought was way better than the
I think
the Kiryu fight.
I don't know. Like for style points, yeah, I guess so.
Mm-hmm.
But
and for fun for me anyway.
I thought the impact of the Kiryu one was more, but
oh yeah, at the end anyway.
Yeah. So we're fighting Gao Liu. And he's like, all of a sudden he turns into Wolverine.
Well, we fight the other guy first.
Oh, right. We fight Iwano.
Iwano, yeah. We fight Iwano first.
I was shocked by Iwano's fight. Like, I wasn't shocked that we fight Iwano. We beat him up or whatever. I was shocked when Iwano was like, yeah, okay, I'll sacrifice my life to save Majima here.
Yeah, that was weird. I was like, what?
Well, I mean, Majima sort of told him, like, hey, your life is, you've been living on easy street. You don't live for anything.
Yeah, he was just living to party and do whatever.
Yeah, he liked the liquor and the ladies and whatever. So maybe he kind of saw the writing on the wall and was like, "Oh, this guy's gonna actually take out the Dojima clan. I don't have much to live for after this, and I can die like a warrior.
Yeah,
when I've been living like high on the hog, you know." Because Gao Liu comes in and he shoots at Majima, and he does like the slow-mo, like, no, jumps in front of the bullet, you know? But then he gets shot like 6 more times. Very much like when, what's his name got shot in the prison there.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name, but that's the second guy that sort of got shot up for Majima like that.
Yeah.
So he shoots all his rounds. He doesn't have any more bullets left. This is supposed to be the #1 assassin in Asia. Pretty bad that he couldn't save one bullet, but anyways. Yeah. So then we have to fight him, and he has these little Wolverine claws he pulls out. That's how he kills Iwano, actually. Iwano like takes 6 shots, it's okay, but then he stabs him with his little Wolverine claws.
Yeah, but those are they're throwing daggers.
I know, but he holds them like
he holds them like Wolverine claws for sure.
And he has infinite amounts of throwing daggers.
100% infinite amount. Just throwing daggers all day.
So when I was streaming when I did this, and the chat was telling me like, oh, this is a hard fight, and if you don't change your fighting styles up, he'll learn and like he'll be able to take you out or whatever. And I was like, well, I like breaker style, so I'm gonna breakdance all over his ass, and that worked pretty good for me. I didn't have to change styles.
I didn't have to change styles either. I beat the hell out of him.
Yeah, I would just
no problem.
If I got too close to him when punching, he would usually break me out of it. So I would start my combo by just punching air, and then I'd start breakdancing all over his ass. I like the sort of when he switched styles, basically.
Yeah.
Where he like got rid of his throwing daggers, and then he had a gun and a sword, and then he got rid of the sword, and he shot the sword and broke it or whatever.
There are a couple of neat little quick time events in there for sure.
Yeah. We beat him. We're just going crazy on him, punching him, and Dojima is like, no, stop, whatever. He pulls out a gun and he shoots at Majima, but misses. He probably hasn't held a gun in like 50 years.
Yeah.
And he's all shaky, and he's like, oh, you're trying to interrupt me here? Well, don't worry, you'll have plenty of time in a minute. I'm going to take care of you in a minute or two.
Yeah, you could tell that Majima is just descending into madness in this little scene.
Well, apparently, canonically, the moment Makimura gets shot is when he turns into the Mad Dog.
Yeah.
Which okay. I believe that.
Yeah, but she's okay.
Well, yes, but he doesn't know that at this point. She is dead to him already, though.
Yeah,
no matter what.
yeah. 100%.
Sarah shows up, shoots the gun out of Dojima's hand, and it's kind of like, she's fine.
She's awake. She sold us the lot.
Yeah, I own it now. The whole thing is done.
It's over.
You don't have to kill them. They'll go to jail. I've already talked to the police somehow. So don't worry about it. She's going to live. And then Kiryu finally gets to
Shibusawa,
the top of the boat. So the other thing I noticed was, I don't know if it's intentional or whatever. There's a few building names in the game translated in English where it's like, oh, is that intentional? Like when we go and Tachibana gets killed, that was like the crescendo building. Mm-hmm. That's like the building of the music, you know?
Yeah.
And Majima fought Nishiki in Barcelona, and the boat was the Ocean Serenade. So there's sort of name similarity between Serena and Serenade.
Yeah.
Also another musical theme going on. The one thing that I forgot to say, when I was streaming it, Awano rips off his shirt. Yep. Majima has his off. And someone's like, oh yes, Majima has the Hanyo, I think, tattoo of the demon on his back. Mm-hmm. But you would never know, but Awano's tattoo is a demon killer.
Oh, interesting.
So it's like, oh yeah, see, if someone hadn't told me that, I wouldn't know, right?
Yeah.
But if you were Japanese, you probably would know whatever story that's from and be like, oh, like he's the demon and he's the demon killer, like whatever. But then when we get to Kiryu versus Shibusawa, they both have dragon tattoos, but Shibusawa's is filled in.
Yeah.
Kiryu's not quite there yet, But their epic fight there, oh my god, brutal. Kiryu just going to town on him. The punches at the end and stuff, oh my god.
That was the only good part of this fight, I found.
Oh, I liked it.
I found the entire thing was annoying and...
Annoying? How so?
It was just like, he just doesn't take any damage at this point and just beats me.
Oh.
I can't punch him. I can't stun him. I can't do anything. He just beats the hell out of me.
Maybe I was higher level or whatever. It was a long battle. I healed and everything, but I liked it a lot, especially like it was kind of like you had to change your styles as the fight
he used the
progressed.
exact same styles you do as Kiryu. The exact same. He starts out with Rush. He goes to the Fury one.
I don't think he uses what you use. I think he uses based on the environment.
He uses what he's programmed.
Yeah. So like when he kicked me out the window and I was like, oh, it's beast mode time out here.
Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at all these tables.
So he goes beast mode.
Yeah. I love that fight part because we're both swinging tables at each other. It looked hilarious. But we finally beat him down and we do a few quick times where we're like,
you kick him up against the railing and you just go ham with the quick times.
Yeah.
That was the only good part of this fight I found. I found his 4 health bars to be incredibly annoying. And it wasn't fun. I didn't have any fun doing it.
I guess
I
just was higher level, so I didn't find it that crazy or whatever,
I didn't lose, mind you, but
I didn't
have fun.
One time in the game. I mean, I lost to Mr. Beatdown, but that's not like a restart thing.
Yeah.
It's kind of like he took your money or whatever. But when you're getting ready to murder him, Nishiki comes in and was like, no, don't do it. You know, when you need to cross that line, that's something in the future, but you don't need to do it right now. Don't become like him.
Yeah.
You know? And it's true, we didn't have to, because we sort of foiled everything about the whole thing, basically.
Yeah.
Everything that was going on with any of these guys, it's over, basically.
Yep.
Awano's dead. Kuze's given up, basically, gets arrested.
Mm-hmm.
Shibusawa, he gets arrested. He's alive. Dojima is shamed. He doesn't get promoted to captain because Sarah ends up getting to be promoted to captain.
Yeah.
And yeah, it all sort of works out for them, really.
Yeah.
We see like the Kiryu and Nishiki are talking at the end of the game, and Nishiki's like, "What's with that suit you're wearing?" He's like, "That style is going out of style already." Like, he's just like, "I like it," you know. And that's the outfit he wears in all the other games, is that suit there. And then we see like Majima with Sagawa, and I was like, "Why is Majima treating him with such respect?"
He's back in the clan. He's back in the family.
But he was like a total peckerhead. Well, that's the thing, though, is he get like, I was like, why is he being so nice to him? And someone's in the chat, he's like, well, he knows he's dead. Like, he's just sort of like, he's not going to be part of the clan anymore because he fucked everything up.
Yeah.
Because that's what happens to him at the end when the guys like tap him on the shoulder and he's like, oh, you guys are fast. All right, let's go.
Yeah, yeah.
He's off to be killed. But we see Majima's like crazy man outfit with his snakeskin jacket and his shirt. No shirt.
Short hair.
Short hair. I think he looks better with short hair than the ponytail. But I think he's also like, I think he's playing the role of the crazy man. I don't think he's that crazy.
I don't think he is either, but he is playing the role of the crazy man.
He's just going to do his own thing, right?
Yeah.
There's the scene with Makimura where her and the doctor are apparently good friends now.
Yeah.
I guess.
They're good friends now. I really like this scene. I thought it was great.
Yeah.
Where they come across some ruffians who are like looking to have a good time.
Yeah.
And Majima just rolls up behind them. And they're like, oh,
hey, we got this girl for you.
And then they go, but Maji. And they
then,
don't say his name fully. And then he just lays them all out.
Yeah, I don't know if she even knew his name, though.
I think she did.
Well, I think when she talks later in the end, where she talks about all these people that helped her, she says everyone by name because she goes Lee and she says so-and-so.
Yeah, I know. She doesn't say his name.
She doesn't say his name, so I don't know if she knew his name, but she definitely didn't know what he looked like.
No.
She only knew what his voice sounded like because you saw that whole section. He never said anything in front of her.
Mm-hmm.
And then the doctor comes over, the other doctor, the male doctor, and he's like, let's go talk. And he's like, do you love her? You know, you're going to treat her right. Don't hesitate, you know, whatever. And he sort of goes off, and Makimura is just like, he had a sad eye. He was very sad looking, and he heads off.
I think as he was heading off, she puts it together.
Yeah, maybe, but she never saw him or whatever. So
No.
I don't even know if she knew he had an eye patch.
No, but she knew that he was missing an eye because when they were talking about when he gets her the takoyaki the first time, they talk about it.
Yeah. And then what else happens? She goes to the empty lot to bring flowers to her brother. And while she's there, she hears like a ringing sound or whatever. Yeah. Very convenient.
Yes.
I don't know if it was intentional that she found the watch or that Dojima had buried the watch in honor for Tachibana. I don't know. I mean, he knew that it was from her brother or whatever.
Yeah.
But he had it fixed, so she finds it and she's all, you know, touched and whatever by it, you know. And basically implies, oh, she's going to be okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it except for the post-credits scene.
That was the post-credit scenes.
Well, there was also the little sort of story.
The where are they now kind of
yeah,
stories.
And they say like Sarah's the... So it sort of like hints at...
what's coming up.
In Kiwame.
Yeah.
Like Yakuza 1. So like Sarah's the chairman. Kazama's out of jail. Nishiki apparently sounds like he's going to maybe betray Kiryu, possibly.
because Kiryu goes to jail for a little bit, and when he gets out, Nishiki is completely different.
Yeah, he's sort of like stepped over him, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is kind of weird from the way Nishiki behaves throughout the whole thing.
Well, he changed a lot from... Well, do you remember how he was like going to kill Kiryu?
Well, yeah, because he didn't want him to be tortured. He didn't want him to come to harm, so he was gonna just get rid of him because he knows that it's easier that way for Kiryu.
Yeah,
because he's a sworn brother and he doesn't want to put him through that torture.
So, the game was more, I feel, the story of Majima than Kiryu. Yes, because Kiryu just sort of like, yep, I'm a gangster. Whereas Majima goes from like this sort of like, I don't want to call him meek, but like, sort of downtrodden dude trying his best to get back in the Yakuza to a fucking madman.
To falling in love, to doing all this stuff, and then becoming a madman.
Yeah. But the last scene is them meeting each other. Yeah. When they're walking in Kamurocho and they're walking to each other, and you just see Majima walk up and he's like, Kiryu-chan! Just the craziest look on his face. I was like, oh, okay, I gotta play Kiwami. So yeah, it was great. I just love the way the game was like a hardcore Yakuza gangster story, main storyline, and then it's like side story. Oh yeah, we gotta like produce a talk show, a cooking talk show with the talent, or like we got to prevent this girl from selling her panties.
90% of the side stories were horny, or maybe 50%. 90% is a little bit too much. Yeah, they're super horny. I'm like, what the heck is this game?
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. But I love how there's none of that in the main storyline. Yeah, it's just like gritty Yakuza story. Yeah, no jokes, no sort of silliness. Just straight Yakuza.
Main storyline, extremely good.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely crazy. Some of the gameplay mechanics, the way the cameras worked, I could,
Yeah, the only time I had a problem with the camera was I was trying to do the one fighting mission thing where you have to dodge. Yeah. In the little crowd of people, and the camera would be like, I can't see. Like, there's so many people in my way. What is going on? Other than that, I thought the camera was fine. Actually, the camera running in Little Asia was pretty bad too.
Oh yeah, any of the running through Little Asia, you're like, oh my god, everything's so tight, you can't get the camera in the walls at all. It's just like, ugh.
The mini games, like the Telephone Club, was a pain in the ass.
Oh, what a terrible game.
Baseball, atrocious. Dancing, pain in the butt. Karaoke was good, but what I didn't like about it was that the speed of the little indicator would change. Like one line needed to be slow and then it would be fast, and it was just like,
what are you doing?
What? Or like maybe like put the first indicator on a fast line further along. Mm-hmm. Like give me a little more time to react that this thing is going to be shooting along here so fast. But the dancing minigame, hated it. Karaoke was fun. The only problem was like when you do good, you get the little cutscene video. But I'm like, I'm busy trying to do karaoke. I
can't watch it.
I can't watch it. The erotic videos were more like awkward than erotic. Yep. Yeah, I liked it a lot.
One thing I wanted to play more of the mini games was the slot car racing.
Oh, that I barely did.
I only did like a couple ones. I was like, oh my god, this is gonna be so cool. I'm gonna like roam around, juice my car up a lot, but never ended up having the time to do it. Yeah. One of the main storyline missions mechanic that I hated the most was escorting Makimura through Kamurocho.
When you're sneaking?
Not Kamurocho, but through,
Sotenbori.
When you're sneaking. I hated that. Hated every second of it.
Yeah, it sucked, but you get caught, you just punch the guys and whatever.
Yeah,
it's not that big of a deal.
I didn't like it at all. I was like, oh my god.
I don't like stealth in games generally. So.
And then when they brought it up again, I was like, oh my god, please no. But it was like 2 minutes. So that's fine.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, I just hate that last fight. I didn't find to be fun at all. Yeah, like I said, the end part of it, where you're doing the quick time events and you're just like super into it, that was great. I think the quick time events went on a little bit too long and they didn't vary it up enough.
Yeah, the one thing with the quick time events is like there was some heat actions that would come up where it would be in a quick time event as well, where you have to like press circle or something like that. But they came up so rarely for me that when they did come up, I was like, and I would never press the button in time.
Yeah.
Because those ones are like, if you hit the circle button, like you would punch them a bunch of times.
Yeah.
But it only ever happened so rarely that I never remembered to do it.
Yeah.
So that kind of sucked.
I think I disliked the combat for most of it, like throughout the whole game. I like the combat. I was like, meh, whatever. Whenever there was anything really storyline based, when you had a comrade with you, then the combat I found interesting. Like, I think the most fun I had in the combat was when we were escaping Tojo Clan headquarters.
Okay.
I think that was the most fun I had in the combat, was doing that.
My favorite fight was when we fought Kuze in the basement when he killed Tachibana got killed.
Oh yeah, that was a good
when
storyline
you're with
fight.
Nishiki.
Yeah.
And I just had the heat level so high that I just would wait for Awano or Kuze to try to punch me, and I would hit the Y button, and it did our combo attack where I'd grab his fist and then punch him in his face.
Yeah. Any of the fighting that we did with Nishiki, I was like, yes, this is great.
I also liked it when I fought with Tachibana because it was hilarious just seeing him do high kicks and stuff with his dead arm. Yeah, I loved it a lot. I had a lot of fun. How many hours did it say you played at the end?
40.
Wow, that's it, eh? Mm-hmm. I was over 60. What percentage were you?
Oh, I don't know.
It said next to the hours there. You don't remember?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I was at like 50.7%. Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
Well,
I must have been a lot further down there then.
Well, the thing with the completion is it counts literally everything.
Yeah.
So like
every part for your slot car,
every item from the like Dragon and Tiger.
Yeah.
Like every weapon.
Yeah.
Every date, every song, everything.
Man.
So 50% in 60 hours was like, holy shit. Okay.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, for sure.
There's a lot to do in that game. It's definitely worth it to play for the storyline.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's worth it to play for 90% of the mini games.
The mini games generally suck, but I mean, like you do the phone club, but then you unlock sub stories afterwards, which are pretty funny.
Yeah.
So I like that, but like baseball, atrocious. Just hated baseball. Yeah. Bowling was fine. It is what it is.
Yeah.
But the dancing mini game, pain in the ass. Love karaoke though. Just the songs are so good. So,
the main money making scheme for Kiryu with the real estate, I like that. That was fun. I did that a lot.
Yeah, I'm working on the last one to unlock his last. I got all the Media King ones I'm working on now.
I didn't get through everything, but it was a good time going around, purchasing stuff, raising everything up, making sure your managers and your security guards weren't tired, swapping them around. That was a lot of busy work, but it was also a lot of fun, and I liked that.
Dude, by the end, you make so much fucking money.
Yeah.
Like, you have so much money. I was walking around, and I had like 1.8 billion yen, and I was like, Mr. Shakedown, let's have a fight. It's like, I lost 1.8 billion yen. Oh well. Now I see him walking around. It's like he has 2 billion yen on him. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Because then you just go back to the base like 3 minutes later, and you got another billion yen.
Yeah.
So pretty crazy.
Yeah. After playing through it, I was like, why isn't this not this storyline here not like an anime or something?
Oh yeah.
Or like a movie or something, because it's a really good storyline.
Exactly. I know that in Like a Dragon they have another real estate thing, but it's got like you have to have like there's like shareholder meetings, and you have to like talk to the different shareholders in different ways and stuff like that. So they always have those crazy mini games like that.
Yeah. Being a role playing game, there's a lot of dialogue to get through. There's a lot of stuff where I'm just like, why didn't they do this way? So you just blast through it. There was a lot of slowdown in the game in stuff.
Yeah.
Every time I loaded it up, just put the controller down, eat some food while I watch everything.
Oh, like the previously on.
Not the previously on, but when you get into the chapter, there's just a lot of dialogue, a lot of storyline that happens before you even get into being able to control anybody.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I got used to it, so I'd like make a bowl of whatever, eat my food while I'm watching everything going on.
It was weird how they had so many different styles of cutscenes.
Yeah, there were 3 or 4 different styles.
There'd be like real time, there would be pre-rendered,
yeah,
there would be comic book stationery style.
Yeah.
And then there was like a black and white one too.
Yeah.
So it was like just weird seeing all the different.
Yeah,
but they all were different things. Like the black and white ones were like ancient history ones, I think.
Yeah.
The stationary comic ones were like recaps of things that had happened recently.
Yeah, in the past.
Yeah. And it was just like, oh, very interesting choices.
They could have. It was a little bit jarring when everything was happening. You'd be like, why is this like this now? Like,
Yeah.
What is going on?
I wish that I had some sort of indicator when you're walking around town. There's a lot of people talking Japanese, but I have no idea what they're saying.
Yeah.
I mentioned that on stream and someone said, oh, it's generally just someone saying like, hey, big guy, do you want to have a good time?
Yeah, there's a lot of ladies in the night just chilling.
I think next time, like if I play Kiwame and it has English voices, I'll probably play with English voices next time.
Mm-hmm.
Just because for streaming, lots of times when people are watching the stream, they'll have like, they're doing something else or whatever. So a lot of times you just hear Japanese voices. You wouldn't have no idea what's going on if you're listening. Where if I put it on English, you could at least understand what was happening with the story or whatever. But yeah, I'm happy we played it.
Yeah,
enjoyed
super good.
Yep.
Despite my gripes.
Yeah. I mean, every game has gripes, so
yeah,
it is what it is.
And next up,
mm-hmm.
the game we are playing next is System Shock, the remake.
Oh my god, really?
The original System Shock remake.
Oh my gosh, I already bought it.
I did too. I've already got it installed. I'm itching to go.
I haven't installed it yet, but I'm going to.
So if you want to play along with us, this one is a little bit different because we're paying full price for the video game, whereas a lot of the times it's either something we've gotten for free on Epic or it's on Game Pass or something like that.
Low barrier of entry.
Yeah. So I think the idea is we're gonna play a level. There are 8 levels in the game. Yeah. 8 or 9, can't remember which. And we're gonna play a level and then we'll talk about it. And if you want to play along, and talk about it with us, you can join us live in the chat at twitch.tv/StreamVoidPod.
Yes.
Or join the Discord. The link is down below to the Purple Room Studios, where we are currently sitting in recording this lovely podcast.
We are.
And you can get in there. There will be a forum post in there about the game, about System Shock. And you can post your weekly updates there for how you did, how you played, how you found the game.
Or if you're not playing, any questions or comments you have about the discussion.
Yes, for sure.
So generally this is the end of the show at this point, but I don't know if we want to talk about it. We did forget one thing.
What did we forget?
Secret Invasion.
I didn't watch it.
You didn't watch it? I watched that trash, dude.
I haven't had time. I thought about it last night and I was like, I gotta go to bed.
Okay. Well, maybe we'll talk about Secret Invasion next week.
Yes, I will.
God, I hope so, because I watched that shit. Jeez Louise.
Yeah. All right. Well, with that being said, we will see you guys again in 1 week's time.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Yeah, I watched it. I watched it all.
You watched it all.
What do we got here?
He watched it all.
What did I miss? Nick Cage chose that name in order to avoid the association of his uncle. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Or the director already knows you because they work with your parent. Yep. I'd love to be an Nepo baby. Yeah, me too. Mikey does look like an action hero. Curb should work 12 hours a day so we get more Nemesis content. No. Idea for sitcom reality show. Curb in the nose. No, dude. They're all open mouth chewers there. I couldn't do that. I would have thought Major Nelson was still going. He's front and center for 360's entire lifespan. Yep. There's a ton of other changes they made in Skullgirls than the skirt. Well, yeah, I know, but whatever. The tank. The pendulum. They used to do that in Guild Wars with the Mesmer class. You could do Mesmer, Necro, Mesmer Monk, and Mesmer class stat was fast casting, so you can interrupt attackers and casters, add debuffs, enemies, and buffs to teammates.
Mesmer was all about debuffs and buffs.
With the Necro secondary, you could conjure minions to tank for you. It's not that GameStop would field destroy old game titles that went to zero in their system instead of donating them to Children's Hospital charity or another thing. That's true. Aside from all other issues, a matter of preservation of human-created art in all media, just on principle, they should preserve them. Texas is exposed to the Gulf of Mexico and also has Everglades swamp system and a lot of intercoastal and gets hit with Category 5 hurricanes. So it doesn't say it's not fecal matter. It's the like whatever you would call it, virus that is typically in fecal matter that's being detected.
Yeah.
So it doesn't necessarily mean fecal matter. Game Club. There's some good ass fights. Majima X Chinese Assassin. I'm like Kiri's final fight. Yes, true. True. Donk. Yeah, so who's gonna play System Shock? Not Tank.
Mosh is for sure.
Tank's not, because he doesn't have a PC. So he can't. Mosh is playing it?
Yep. He
Really?
picked it up when we talked about it the first time.
Really? Oh, baby. Exciting.
Yeah. We'll actually have someone playing along with us, which is rare.
Yes.
We had 9 arsons for like 2 chapters of...
Yeah, he's too good for us.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I'm excited to check her out.
Yeah.
I think I'll probably enjoy it, maybe.
Yes, I might fire it up tonight.
I probably won't fire it up tonight, but...
I've got a fence to paint.
A fence to paint. Oh, you got work to do?
I got work to do.
Oh my god, that sucks.
And I might go out and hand out more flyers.
Oh, baby. Partay.
Man, I was using Map My Walk to show me where I was going, and the accuracy on the GPS is unreal.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, it would show me go up the driveway and come back out.
Oh, crazy.
I was like, what the hell?
You need to go to like, I don't know, Save on Foods, Safeway, all those places, and put one on the board there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You're welcome.
Because, yeah, when they go to Independent, there's those people's podcasts on the board.
Yeah. Or staple them on some poles.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yes, sir. That's your plans for today? I'm going to go home and make some vids out of the old podcast here.
Yeah, that's my plan. Yep, it is 11 minutes done to upload. 11 minutes
Beauty.
Yeah, I've already done it.
Nice. I like it.
I should.
I'm liking it. And then I don't think
I'm
I'm
liking
gonna do
it.
streaming tonight. We'll see.
It's friggin' hot out there.
Yeah, it's warm. I need to get some lunch, I think.
Yes, me too.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody.
And the wife came back, so maybe there's a delicious sea bass for lunch.
Oh, shit. Nice.
Yes.
We'll see you next time, everybody.
Bye.
Stay frosty. Whatever the fuck that means.